nextgen.com/ESPN. That's Thrive, nextgen.com/ESPN. Play defense, use Thrive, and protect your business.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
9 o'clock. Here we go. It's a live imaging Tuesday. The Travis and DeMarco show
Lit
is on, Jack. On this Tuesday, June 10th. Good morning, fellas.
Good morning. Chris.
Good morning, producer M.
Roars.
Good morning, producer Jorge.
Buenos dias.
Social team in the back. We got Graham. We got Jonathan Martin. Jonathan Martin, we'll talk about that. He got me followed by Scott Stafford.
That's interesting.
Oh, my God.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But obviously a lot is going on in the city of Los Angeles today. We are not blind to it, but we're sort of trying to be a distraction. Talk a little bit of sports. It feels like we've been here before several times over the last
It's so funny you say that, Chris.
years.
I was thinking the exact same thing on this weekend as everything started to unfold, shall we say. I thought, how many different times have we come in here and had a conversation about stuff that isn't real important when important stuff is happening down the road?
Absolutely. No, and it's odd that it's a live imaging Tuesday because we are known for making a lot of fun and frivolity on those days. But we are not blind to what's going on, and we're happy to talk about it too. But I think people also, there are a lot of outlets out there. This morning I listened to KNX a little bit. So KNX News Radio 97.1 obviously has all your information that you need. And there's plenty of news channels covering it. So we're going to try to be the distraction, have sports, have a little fun.
Talk about Denzel Clark.
Do factor cap. Talk about the Dodgers and those scumbag Padres.
Hell of a game.
We got Rams Media Day tomorrow. We got the NBA Finals tied up out a game apiece. So we got plenty to talk about.
Yes.
There's lots to talk about. Can we
NBA's
talk about
all
Denzel
over.
Clark for a second?
Sure, why not?
That is as good as you're going to see. I'm not saying there aren't other great catches. There aren't other incredible things that make you jump off your couch or your seat or whatever. But that catch that Denzel Clark of the Oakland A's, Sacramento A's, whatever the hell the A's are called.
The asterisk A's.
The Athletics or whatever they're going by now. He made a catch in the bottom of the first inning against Nolan Shanuel of the Angels, who hit what is a home run 99.999999 times out of 100. This dude, Spider-Man's up the wall, is hanging like 60% of his body is over the wall, catches it, does a full 360 on top of the wall, and sticks the landing like Mary Lou Retton. It was unbelievable. It was as good as you are ever going to see.
Yeah.
And this dude's been in the Major League Baseball for 5 minutes. That was like his 17th game. He's already had 2 bananas catches, and he just got called up. We probably won't talk about the Athletics for the rest of the baseball season, but my God, was that good.
Is that the same kid that hit the wall?
Yes.
Going 1,000 miles an hour?
Yeah, it nearly killed himself.
That'll learn you.
Well, we might talk about the Athletics because Mark Kotze is the manager.
Oh, that's
and
right.
His daughter's the intern here.
Yes.
And I'm trying to arrange...
Sienna, I believe.
Sienna, yeah. I'm trying to arrange some way. I don't know how we do it, but at some point, we get you pitching to Mark Kotze.
A reenactment.
Well,
a reenactment.
I have a feeling it'll go similar to the first couple of times I had to
we can
pitch
do it
for
with
Mark.
AI. I mean, you don't have to throw anything.
Easy with the AI.
I'm just saying. Why? You're afraid of AI? It's coming. You better get in front of it.
We all should be afraid of AI.
You better get in front of it now.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, there is no getting in front of it.
But I always thought that should be illegal, though. You should not be able to climb on a wall, hold yourself up, and catch a home run. That seems unfair.
This goes firmly into the category. I understand your point, but if you can do that, do that.
True, absolutely.
Because that was amazing.
It was a great catch.
My favorite catch of all time, oddly enough, also kind of tangentially involves the Angels. It was Jim Edmonds running full speed with his back to home plate, and he caught it like he's Jerry Rice laying out for a pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's the greatest one I've ever seen, but this one last night comes damn close.
I told you some of those Cardinals had heat for Jim Edmonds on that catch.
Yeah.
They said it's a great catch, but if you move your feet, you wouldn't have to do it.
Well, he had to make that catch because he had a terrible read off the bat.
Right.
But, okay, he made a mistake,
Hell of a scramble.
but then he fixed it.
Hell of a scramble.
Yeah, I was going to say,
No doubt.
I may have gone the wrong way to start, but I got to where I needed to go and put together a highlight of all time. But Denzel Clark, that was as good as you're ever going to see.
Hell of a catch. Good luck. Don't ever do it again.
Yeah, you couldn't in a million years to be
crazy.
in that spot. And you know what it reminded me a little bit of? Remember when Trey Turner was on the Dodgers and he had that slide that was super smooth and he just popped right up and turned around and started walking back towards it?
Yeah.
That's what the landing was. Like he made something incredibly difficult and jarring and impactful look smooth as silk.
Yeah.
It was so
I bet if you asked
good.
him how he did it, he said, I don't know.
I don't know. I just
have
ran
no
over there and
idea.
caught it.
Thank God. Yes, that's it right there.
Sticking the landing was next level, too.
Do you want to hear the call of this? Yeah, here's Denzel Clark's call.
And this one to center field. Denzel Clark on the move back after he stepped towards home plate and makes another catch.
Oh, my God.
Back-to-back weeks where he wins the electric play of the week, and he's already on the leaderboard for this week.
You go ahead and book it.
Yes.
I've heard the list. I've seen the list of the
There
greatest
is no
catches
list. It's
you're
that
ever
catch.
going to see in your life. If you don't have room for this one on your list, we're watching two different sports.
That's exactly right. It may not be the greatest catch you've ever seen, but it's on your list instantly. That's
no
how
doubt.
good it was.
He's batting .216. Dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
He's going to be back in Sacramento or wherever the A's triple team.
I think a lot of the A's. I think a lot of that team's batting too soon.
This is not. He's not the second coming of Ricky Henderson because of this, but I don't care.
Moment. Okay.
Denzel Clark had a moment.
I want him to stick around.
Incredible.
That's awesome. Good for you. That's awesome. I mean, look, I think he's doing whatever he can to stay up, but I would caution him not to go running into walls. Because you know what I'm saying? As hard as you can. That's crazy.
As hard as I've ever. Not the catch last night. The catch last week.
He didn't slow up a step.
No. He hit it at full speed, face first.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Remember when Gavin Lux said that?
Yeah, but Gavin Lux didn't catch the ball.
Who they put the body tape out?
That was Gavin Lux.
That was Gavin Lux.
Yeah,
okay,
that
right.
was Gavin
That's
Lux.
funny.
But Gavin Lux had to bounce off the wall and come like, Denzel Clark has caught the ball both times.
Good for him. Way to go.
Awesome.
See, the A's need something.
There, I feel better. I've been holding that in all morning.
Have you?
Yes.
I know sometimes, like when you get to the office, you let things out that you've been holding in.
Yeah, no, that's like a 6:30 situation.
I understand.
This was a different situation.
It's a rarity. I guess in basketball, football, soccer, it's a rarity when you start talking about athleticism in baseball.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You don't really talk about it, and it's usually when a guy goes up.
Okay, can I dork out for a second? Because there was another moment of incredible athleticism on a baseball field last night that made me. I ran it back on my DVR too. I'm like, am I looking at this right? It's in the Padre-Dodger game. I think it was the 8th inning when the Ohtani hit the little dribbler back to the mound.
Yeah.
And the pitcher picked it up. First of all, made a huge mistake. Easiest play in the world. Move your feet, underhand it. It's 1,000% bulletproof. You'll never make a bad throw. This guy's flat-footed, throws it overhand, spikes it. Ohtani was kind of jogging down the first base line. When he saw that the ball got by the first baseman, he dropped it into fifth gear, went from first gear to fifth gear, and that acceleration towards second base for a guy that's, Ohtani, 6'5"? Something like that. Acceleration at that size that's not a baseball thing. That's an NBA thing. That's an NFL thing. That's not a baseball thing. Incredible.
So I've recalibrated Freddie Freeman. He is a hitter. He's, I wouldn't say athlete. Did you see him run from third to home? It looked like it was hurting.
I think his legs still bother him.
Must be, but it still looks like an old man on the treadmill.
Well, he's...
That's going like 0.5 too fast. You know what I'm saying? Just 0.5.
He's not there to run a marathon.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's about ready to hang on.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That you're just about to grab the handrails because it's going to get away from you.
Right.
Yeah, but look, Freddie Freeman is not, he's a good base runner, but he's not fast, if that makes sense.
No, he's a great baseball player. Right.
Yeah.
One of the greatest Dodger moments of all time, Kirk Gibson was on one knee. So,
Correct.
I mean, whatever. As long as they hit the home run and when it matters, that's all that matters.
You could do it.
And Freddie Freeman did that.
He did, but I get your point.
Right,
I get your
right.
point.
You know what I'm saying?
Ohtani did athletic nonsense yesterday.
Who was the fast dude in Cincinnati?
Eric Davis?
Nope.
Barry Larkin.
Cruz.
Hamilton.
Oh, Billy Hamilton.
Billy Hamilton. Is that Cincinnati?
Yeah.
That is a dude. That's an athlete playing baseball.
Yes, but Billy Hamilton was little.
Tiny.
Yeah,
very
Billy
tiny.
Billy Hamilton wouldn't hit 50 home runs if you gave him 500 years to hit 50 home runs. Ohtani hits 50 home runs and runs like Billy Hamilton.
That's a different. He's special. That's different.
Yeah,
you're lucky to have him in baseball.
I had the Barry Larkin upper deck thing. Remember the figurines?
Oh, the starting lineups.
Yeah.
I
had
cool.
like that one, Chris Sabo. I was
Sabo.
I was kind of an early 90s.
Did he have the goggles?
Yeah. I was kind of an early 90s Reds fan just because Oral wasn't playing in 89 because he got hurt. So I wasn't real. Oh, did you spill coffee on
I
your
almost
shirt?
did, yeah.
Dribbler.
I thought, did I?
No, you're good.
You're fine right now.
Yeah.
By the way, today's the payoff day.
Nice shirt.
Today's the payoff day.
This is the payoff
I was
day.
wondering.
Yes.
Because I'm
golf
seeing
balls
so much
tomorrow.
of your arm.
Yes.
That's a lot of arm.
It's a lot of arm. It's fine.
A lot of arm.
My arms are all skinny now, too. I feel like an old lady.
I understand.
Yeah.
Listen, Paulie once said it. Like,
yes.
and I go through that now every day.
I know.
Because when I used to be a lot of
point-
fat.
you point to
I had
something.
fat there, but it
filled
stayed,
up your arm.
It stayed still. Now it's shaking, and I'm
Now
like,
it's
oh
moving.
boy.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait, you were a Reds fan?
I got into that Reds team, I think because of Chris Sabo. That
They were
early
champions
90s.
then, weren't they?
In 90, they were.
Yeah,
90.
okay, they were hot. Yeah.
And I remember I broke my thumb in school. And my mom took me to the emergency room to get cast. And I remember the NLCS, the game that they clinched was on. And, like, I just remember taking to that moment.
Yeah.
Because they beat the Pirates.
That's right.
And I wasn't really into the Pirates. I was into, like, Andy Van Slyke and Barry Bonds, but I wasn't really into them. But I kind of hooked to the Reds at that moment in time.
The Reds are a real team.
They were, right?
There's 30 teams in Major League Baseball, and maybe 12 or 14 of them are real teams, and the Reds are one of them.
Remember that SI thing we were talking about? Every time you won a World Series or a Super Bowl?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I remember them because of the name Sabo. Because of how the guy said it, and Sabo, and showed him with the
and they had
goggles.
the sport
right
goggles.
I want that guy right there, yes.
Do they still make starting lineups?
I don't think so. I feel like if they did, it would be a part of my Instagram algorithm because I get a ton of like memorabilia
You don't
stuff
need
that
it
comes
anymore.
across.
Yeah.
No,
But I feel you still need it.
I mean, there's so much stuff to buy on your phone now.
I think I had a Jim Everett starting lineup too.
Did
'cause
you
remember
really?
They did football ones too.
Those used to get mailed to us occasionally out of previous employment. Where anything Jim, we used to get some Jim Everett.
There was a Jim
stuff.
Everett starting lineup, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100% there was.
Yeah.
I've seen it with my own two eyes.
I had a Jim Everett T-shirt as a kid. I was like
Did
a Jim
you?
Everett guy.
The 11?
Because we had Rams season tickets when they were at Angel Stadium or Anaheim Stadium.
Yeah.
Except the Raiders game. I was never allowed to go to the Raiders game.
Probably a good idea.
My dad was
Smart.
like, it's going to get too crazy.
It's
Probably a
safe.
good idea.
That's safe. One more thing. Major League Baseball fields. Our walls are different heights, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's no regulation there.
Nope.
Why isn't there regulation
I
there?
don't know. It's a good question.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I can give you the
Dead
historical
serious, right?
reason. The historical answer to
Every
your question
goalpost is the same.
You're right.
Every hockey net is the same.
You're right. The difference is
the magic
that
of baseball,
a lot
DeMarco.
of these ballparks were built in a time where they were shoehorned into neighborhoods, and they would only fit a certain way. So you had train tracks behind this wall, or you had a warehouse behind that wall. So you'd have a really tall wall because it's going to land in the freeway or the train, so you have to build this high wall.
I just thought it was funny. Like, what is out here would be warning track there.
Yeah.
What would be
They have
out
this-
here hits the green monster.
They
you
have
know?
this really stupid new stat in Major League Baseball. It's dumb. It's called a true home run, where it would be out in every ballpark instead of the. To your point, well, this would only be out in Fenway Park, or this would only be out at Dodger Stadium, or whatever it may be. Doesn't matter. It's where you hit it in that ballpark on that day.
I just thought some uniformity to a sport like baseball would actually make sense.
Well, it's uniform except for in the outfield. Everything else is
True.
the same.
Everything else is You might have a divot out there or a palm tree or something,
or a hill like the
something, right. You gotta go
Astros used to have.
uphill.
They built a damn ramp in center field. It's like, hey, you know what we should do?
Put a ramp
We
out
should put a hill where people run really fast without looking, and maybe somebody will break their legs.
How about a trampoline?
Let's do that. Why not put a pole that just pops up out of the ground for no reason?
Why not?
Stupid.
More great catches.
Stupid.
I always thought that was funny.
Come on, DeMarco, calm down.
I always thought that was funny,
Baseball's
though.
already got a lot of challenges.
Everything in baseball is uniform and by the numbers, except for that, which matters the most.
Except for that.
Right.
Well, I mean, it matters, yeah.
How from the pitcher's rubber to home plate? How far?
60 feet 6 inches.
Okay, to center field.
Could be anything.
Anything, right?
I mean, you could literally make it 150 feet if you wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Yes.
You have
Funny.
Fenway Park down left field. The Green Monster is like 325 feet. Something like that.
It doesn't make sense. It's not uniform.
I want to talk about your birthday. You heard when I finally wished you a happy birthday.
I did.
Right?
Thank you
Okay,
very
good.
much.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was a little late on that. So Well, there was a lot of other stuff going on yesterday morning.
I didn't judge
I didn't have a chance to
You
cut
got
a new
in
open.
on the day. It was yesterday. You were there.
I know. So we'll talk about that. Plus more fun and frivolity as we spend this Tuesday together. You got to read?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
Would you like me to do it?
Yeah, sure. Because I see Quentin Yates, the big CY.
I
Morning man Quentin Yates will come in next
Yes, he
segment.
will. Sign up for a chance to play in ESPN LA's second annual Listeners Game presented by the Law Office of Joseph S. Normand. It is coming up this Wednesday, June 11th at Islands in West Covina. That's tomorrow, the LA versus San Diego watch party. It will be Team Trav against Team DFAR.
Let's go.
Spots are limited. Registration opens on site at Islands only. Online registration opens the following day, Thursday, June 12th. Injured? Don't sit on the sidelines. Call the law office of Joseph S. Normand at 213-747-2000. Playoff baseball in June, DeMarco.
I love it.
Next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hey, DeMarco Farr here. Join the club at Pchanga Resort Casino. New club members who sign up receive a $25 resort credit as well as a chance to win $100 in bonus credit. Enjoy perks like earning club dollars with every bet, invitations to exclusive promotions and events, and much, much more. Visit the club at Pchanga to sign up and start receiving benefits right away. Your perfect entertainment resort and casino combination is available at Pchanga. Voted the best Southern California casino.
Hey, John Ireland here, Laker fans. Meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sport certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA All-Star Student, brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
I'm looking for a female hyena. A hyena that's finer than the average hyena.
9:19.
That's loose and definitely not a hyena that smokes that juice.
On a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. See, Jorge knows how to make me smile on a day that's a little tough in L.A. Just play a little female hyena from the early 90s. Why not? Proper dose, right?
Yeah, proper dose.
Yeah, proper dose.
That's right.
Clinton Yates, Morning Man, here on
up?
710 ESPN. You can hear the Clinton Yates Experience.
That's not the name of the show.
What is it again? Clinton and Friends.
Yeah.
Weekdays. Well, I like the Clinton Yates Experience. I would rather do that.
A lot of people like the Clinton Yates Experience. However, there is a radio show called Clinton and Friends that comes on in the mornings. That's a different discussion.
Clinton and Friends, mornings 7 to 9 here on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. CY, what's shaking?
Nothing much, man. I was just talking to Travis that I'm getting prepped to go to Omaha. UCLA, the Bruins are in the tuna melt.
Beautiful.
As we like to say, there are 8 new teams from the 8 last year for the first time in Omaha since the 50s, so that's exciting.
Wow. They play Murray State.
They play Murray State
in the opening
Murray
game.
State, the darlings of Omaha. If you don't know this, Chris, one of the things about the tournament is that...
Why'd you say Chris? Why can't it be DeMarco?
Because I talked to them about this yesterday. That's
but you
why.
think there's a better chance that my brain retains something than
No,
his?
I was just using verbal fonting as a way to keep it moving. Right, thank you. There's a team that is the darling of the town, not just because the fans are there that come to the town. Murray State is obviously the darling of the tournament. So they're the first timers. It's going to be fun.
I like that.
So
They adopt the dark horse. Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
So
cool.
that'll be the deal. Dan Skirka is the head coach. He cuts the grass still at his own ballpark, which is always fun.
There's a picture that's going around of Murray State's ballpark. They're going to the College World Series for the first time, and it looks like a middle-of-the-road high school field.
Absolutely right.
It's fine. It's 100 times nicer than the field I played on at Santa Barbara.
Oh, really?
That's how bad the rock pile was at Santa Barbara when I was there.
Murray State's field looks like a high school, and it's 10 times better than yours?
100 times
better.
Oh,
my God.
Not now.
Sorry,
they've done a better job of reconfiguring the rock pile. But when I was there, it wasn't within 100 miles of Murray State's.
Okay.
That's how bad it was.
Baseball expensive in college?
Pretty expensive.
There's just a lot of guys.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of players. Other than football.
And a lot of travel, too.
A lot more travel than anything. You're traveling
So I'm looking forward to seeing the Bruins and hope last time they were there, they won. So
most importantly, you dropped a fact on me this morning that got me very fired up.
What's that?
Denzel Clark is a Big West alum.
Yes.
This is important. This is important that the Big West does not have. It's not the Pac-10 or the SEC or the Big Ten. The Big West is mid-major schools. No football.
None.
And so you'll get an NBA guy here or there. There's actually a gaucho on the Oklahoma City Thunder, A.J. Mitchell.
Is that right?
There is.
Okay.
Gabe Vincent on the Lakers, of course, is a gaucho. But we don't get a lot of guys in a lot of places. And that Denzel Clark, who made that amazing catch, CSUN.
CSUN
Let's
and
go.
Canadian. So, little
That's got to be a rare Venn diagram.
Yeah, I don't
Canadians
know
at Northridge.
I don't know how that happened. But
it happens.
You love this catch.
It was as good as you're going to see.
Yeah, I mean, he won't stop with that. It's fine.
That catch or OBJ's catch with one hand, going back.
What do you compare? You can't compare those
I'm trying
things.
to see where the catch is. It's a catch. It's athletic. It all applies.
It's one. So OBJ's catch, when you start talking about greatest football catches of all time, it's on the
a
list.
catch. Yeah.
So is Denzel Clark's.
Okay, it's up there with that.
I mean, it's on the list.
I think
Lynn Swan going halfway out of bounds to bring it back in.
Lynn Swan.
I'm
now
just
we're
going
comparing this to
halfway
Lynn
out of
Swan.
bounds to bring it back in. That's body control.
Yes,
with a guy on his back.
The best part about Clark's catch is he sticks the landing like he's a gymnast.
Denzel Clark or Dwight Clark? Which one?
Denzel Clark.
By the way,
why you liking Dwight Clark?
There you go.
Because it wasn't as good as Denzel
overrated
compared
catch,
to these two
most
things.
overrated catch in NFL history is Dwight Clark.
Wait a minute.
But
Antonio Holmes.
butt.
Antonio Holmes in Super Bowl.
But who was doing the play-by-play for the catch?
Vin Scully.
Exactly. That's why we like him.
Yes.
We're all over the place. My point is, Denzel Clark is 6'5",
Yes.
which is also why he can do that. It's not just his skying. He's a massive dude with body control. So that was fantastic.
A Big West massive
Look at
guy
you.
with body
Come on.
control.
I think we're
I love the way
overstating
you
it a
found an
little bit.
inroad.
No, DeMarco,
You found an inroad
you
to
should
love
know
this.
me by now. If there is a way for me to blow the Big West
I
horn,
see
I'm
why.
going to do
Oh,
it.
I thought. Whoa.
Yeah.
See, I see
Yeah.
that. Okay, hell of a catch. Is that okay? See what?
Big
West.
West.
Is that one of the best catches you've ever seen?
It's one of the best. It's not better than Gary Matthews Jr.'s catch in center field.
Gary Matthews.
I'm still
good.
talking
Gary
about that.
Matthews is fine.
Look it up right now.
Okay,
Gary Matthews Jr. He was against the Astros. He was with the Rangers, and he did a pirouette Spider-Man deal, blind catch over his head, and what's his name? Jake Lamb hit that ball. I only know this because I did an entire podcast about this one singular play, and it was pretty amazing. So it's going to be hard. I also know Junior, so like there's a personal element to that.
Okay.
How's he feel about Artie Moreno?
I should text him and ask him that. You know what I'm saying? But no, good moment for the A's, who, by the way, stink, but like not the worst. Not there are worse teams in the league than the Athletics. Watch this.
Oh, I don't know, Travis.
Yeah,
oh, I don't know, Travis.
That's great too.
Oh, I don't know, Travis.
I told you.
He spun around in the air.
Yeah.
Did Gary Matthews Jr. go to a Big West school?
No, he did not. Okay.
Therefore, Denzel Clark
I'll give you
gets
that.
the
Okay,
bid.
It's
that's
pretty
a 360.
incredible, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty solid.
I'm going to give him a 10. There you go.
Anyway.
Now, CY, you see Jonathan Martin over there in the social media room.
I do.
Did you see the video of him singing Creed with Cappy and I?
So this Creed thing is one of the best things that's happened at this station in a long time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel that Creed – here's the thing about Creed. I think it's okay at this stage of life to welcome Creed back in.
Yes.
Even if you didn't like them to begin with. I was not a Creed guy. Creed was a piece of furniture in the pop culture living room that I did not necessarily care for at the time. Sure, Scott Stapp, I mean, that bit where they were at the Cowboys where he's flying all over to the thing, that was ridiculous as stated at the time. But now I listen to it, I'm like, damn, man, I remember this song.
Yeah.
Like, I remember what I was doing when this was popular.
You know every song.
You know?
It is a
and it's been
earworm.
It's been memed correctly.
But don't poop on it, because when you almost died, 925, it really means a lot to you. And what Jonathan said that day was he was walking it down. He saw the sky separate as Higher by Creed was playing through his headphones. And guess what that caused? Scott Stapp shared it on Instagram and followed me.
I saw this, so that's a big day for you.
It's a big day.
When
the official Creed page shared it as well.
Well, let's get down to brass tacks. Where does Scott Stapp live, and when is he coming to
So there
LA?
have been DMs going back and forth between
right.
the ESPN LA account and him. He's going to come by, I think he's busy or something, in a couple weeks.
Okay, I need to be here when that happens. An acoustic set from Scott Stapp, old school morning show style? That would be awesome. I would love that.
Me dump trucking Scott Stapp?
Okay.
Your dump truck isn't as powerful as it used to be.
No, it's not. It hurts
You're
me more
you're
than it
more
hurts
like
you.
Downshifted a little bit.
like a John Deere Gator
I'm very
than a
bony.
dump truck.
I'm bony back there.
Uh-oh, John Deere, lawnmower talk. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, stop. See?
So the thing about Creed, though, is that they were legitimately salvation music. Were they not actual Christians?
They're a
When this-
CCM band, but those hits
I
weren't
did not
necessarily
know that.
CCM.
No, right, and that's the thing. And as I feel that, like, people now look at them, and it's easy to make fun of it, but it's like they were kind of legit to their cause. Back
They
in the
were
day.
not a Christian band, Stapp has said.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Come on, they were a Christian band as far
That
as they
song is-
Just
coded-
like Live.
coded as if
So
you will.
Live was not a Christian band, but then they had a CCM hit. Same thing with DC Talk. A lot of those bands of that era had hits on both spectrums.
Yeah.
the Killers are Mormon.
Are they?
Are they really?
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
did know
Mr.
that.
Brightside.
No, but Creed has had a respectable return to the world.
Yeah,
that I
welcome
feel
back.
that people aren't making fun of it either. It's like, oh right,
Oh, yeah.
Can we make
bangers.
room for
So-
Nickelback too? No.
No,
So
I don't-
Creed is performing with Nickelback.
Are
They're
they
on a
really?
tour right now.
Oh my
Of course
God!
they
That's
are.
got,
Of course they're right.
That's got big cruise show energy
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
right
It's
there.
very big divorced dad rock.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. But no, I like
Daughtry
Creed.
wants a part of that too. I
Daughtry?
feel
Well,
like
Daughtry
That's
wishes
in the
he's paying
universe.
people to go to his concert.
Is Daughtry
Yeah.
still around? He's still making.
But
I
that's
think
the
he did a free
same
concert.
music.
Yeah, it's the same general deal.
No,
Yeah.
no. Stop.
What?
Okay, Daughtry didn't have the balls to go where Creed went.
What are you talking about?
Creed is much better.
You're
Why?
talking about the genre.
Yeah.
What
The
about
style of music.
This is all the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I got you.
You can
I was
order
into-
all these items off the menu.
I
at
was
the same
into
restaurant.
Daughtry, but it's not Creed.
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
same.
what about Hinder and like the
Oh no.
So that
Lips
one
of
song,
an
yeah.
Angel.
So that song meant a lot to me because I've
Give
been
me
in
some
that-
Hinder. I don't know.
Hit
Hinder.
I don't know
Lips
who
of an
that
Angel.
is.
Lips of an Angel.
I think
You're
that's
in
the
my
thing.
burning
This is all the
eyes.
same music.
It's not the same thing.
Right before
Yes,
you
it
turn
Creed
the
had
radio.
several hits. Hinder had one.
I bet you they all cover each other's hits.
No.
Yeah.
Or it's all the same
Creed doesn't
band.
need, Creed
Different
doesn't need
names.
to cover
The same
Hinder.
station is
Yeah,
playing
this is
all of
Hinder.
them.
Yes.
Well, that might be.
Hold on. The critical question is what is going on with Stapp's flow these days? Is the
I don't
flow
know.
is the lettuce still
I don't know,
intact?
actually.
Is he losing
the way
it?
it used to be?
I don't
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to hold his bicep, though. Remember, he had those big
He was
biceps.
big.
Yeah.
He was. Not like
that Dallas Cowboys performance though was one of the most ridiculous things.
It wasn't great. It wasn't amazing.
Hook to the
yeah.
Like, like the Tinkerbell wire
flying around. Have you not seen that?
I don't think so.
You don't remember that? You need to look. Speaking of things, you should look it up.
You've seen the video on your Instagram.
Angels
at some
are
point.
everywhere. It's hilarious. Like it's so camp. You would think that they were making fun of themselves, but they were dead serious at the time.
They were.
The Creed comeback really started when I believe it was Kirk Cousins when it was on his run in Minnesota and with the Vikings, and he started playing it.
That's on brand.
Yeah,
yes,
that's on
Kirk
brand.
Cousins, big God Squad guy.
Yeah, I would not be shocked.
He is. Huge God Squad guy.
And remember, his
maybe
wife
the team captain.
His
I
wife
would not be shocked.
That's a good point.
His wife gets her shirts at Kohl's. Remember?
Yes.
What's wrong with Kohl's?
Pulls up to the
I've never been to a Kohl's.
Playing Creed.
Travis,
I did
looks
not
like he dresses head to toe.
You like that?
A lot of Creed being played in Kohl's for what it's worth.
Yes,
you know?
to close the circle.
That's exactly how that goes.
But like maybe an elevator,
sure, like sort of
like a
light
Actually,
rocket
that's not
standard.
true. I think I went to a Sephora because it was I went
inside
to
of Kohl's.
It was inside of Kohl's.
Yeah,
but I didn't actually walk around the Kohl's.
You can get toys, you can get shoes, you can get an alarm
But
clock.
can't you get like a
anything?
Yeah, you can get whatever you
But
want.
don't they have like
Shirts
washing
and an
machines too?
Yeah.
Not at Kohl's.
No,
I don't think they have
No.
appliances at
No,
Kohl's.
no.
They
appliances.
they do
Yeah.
sell like pots and pans and
Yes.
stuff though.
Yeah. Homeware.
Kohl's is big on the when I'm on the road and I need some socks situation.
Oh, true. Or a
Kohl's
steamer
is-
basket.
Yeah, Kohl's
My
is
mom
the
is
go-to.
flush in Kohl's cash.
Really?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very well.
You need a thing for your apartment, Kohl's has
Kohl's
it.
Yeah.
has it. Yeah, it's very true.
A shirt
I
and a
like
bath
Kohl's.
mat, all in
Yeah.
the same store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a Kohl's, as a matter of fact, when the NBA season got called for COVID. I was
No kidding.
in
No
a
way.
Kohl's. Yeah, I remember that. It was in Florida.
Do you remember
It was
where
the
you
weirdest
were?
thing.
I remember being right down here at that Starbucks talking about this is all going to go away in a week. It was the same
Yeah, you
day the
might have
Lakers
missed-
were playing the Clippers.
Yeah, you might have missed on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
When it's we're going to wait for summer. Summer will burn it off. That's what we thought right down there.
2 summers later.
2 summers later.
Right.
Cut.
Yeah, we just
cut
need some
2
sunlight.
summers later.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
We weren't on the air when they pulled the plug.
No, but I was at home preparing stuff for the next day. But we had been talking about it all week because it was kind of starting to escalate. But it was the same thing. We all thought it's going to be 2 weeks and then we'll be done.
We'll be back soon enough.
Yeah.
Dead wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No,
Wow.
Weird times. Weird times. I was at spring training. Yeah, covering.
You
a
know,
game.
I've never met Brandon Staley because of that.
Really?
We couldn't get close.
From what I can tell, you didn't miss much.
It was a good defense that year. It was a good defense.
I'll take your word for it. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night, happening July 11th at the West Covina Sportsplex. Kids age 7 to 12 can swing big and be part of the All-Star action. You can sign up right now at ESPNLA.com. You click on the T-Ball Tee-Off card and you find your designated age group to sign up. It's Children's Dental Fun Zone, sparkling smiles, happy kids. Playoff ball at Petco last night. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
All those divorced dads out there, listen up. I'm just kidding. Talking about chafing right now, talking to the big guys. Look, if you've ever had to deal with chafing, there's one right there. He's just ashamed to admit it, but you're not alone. Back in the playing days, same thing. Morning walks, same thing. Chafing is a real issue. And look, I don't need lessons, and I won't give you one on how to prevent it, but I can tell you what you can do about it right now. Go get you some Highlands Chafing Relief and keep it close. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. If you're already dealing with some chafing, trust me, Highlands Chafing Relief works, and it works fast. Get you back to feeling good. Running, riding, hiking, working outside, construction, whatever you're doing outside. If you're trying to survive the LA heat wave, this will help you. Highlands has your back. And your thighs, and your arms. You get what I mean. Trust me. Try this, guys. Try this, girls. You will love this. This will help you. Chafing shouldn't stop you from doing what you love. Grab some Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference right now. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-646-5959. That's 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hello, I'm Richard Navarro, General Manager at Fleming Steakhouse and Wine Bar in downtown Los Angeles, where unforgettable dining meets the heart of the city. Whether it's prime steaks, fresh seafood, or your handcrafted cocktail, we're here to make your next experience out exceptional. Call us today at 213-745-9911 to reserve your next table. We're open for lunch and dinner. Fleming's, where great steaks, good times. Call at 213-745-9911.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Do you really think you've experienced real sports excitement in your home? It's Mace here, and I'm here to tell you to get off your couch and get into Cosm. Cosm is the ultimate immersive fan experience. The Dome at Cosm, massive 87-foot wraparound display with reserved booth-style seating. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall screens where you can watch multiple games at the same time. Incredible food, craft cocktails, beer available throughout Cosm. Go to Cosm.com to see all the sporting events coming up, and now showing The Matrix at Cosm.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Coming from the lips of an angel, hearing those words, it makes me weak.
No, this is Hinder.
Creed?
No, this is Hinder. 9:36 on a live Imaging Tuesday, the Travis DeMarco Show. See, this song meant a lot to me because if you watch the video and you listen to the song, I've been in that situation.
What's it about?
So you're living your normal life. You've been in this situation probably too, DeMarco. This is why you your
normal life.
What about Travis?
No. And then you pick up the phone. And it's somebody from your past who's saying, "Hey, babe," and you're like, "Whoa,
wow!"
But then it trips you up because now all you think about is that person, and now it's like the door's back opened.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened to me in this era of technology because now you don't just pick up the phone. You know that person's trying to reach out to you. This happened to me where you would pick up the phone and it was like somebody star 67.
Oh, wow.
So you didn't know it?
I know star 69. What's star 67?
So it blocks your number. I don't even know if that exists anymore.
It does. You can still use it. And then so the lyric you're talking about is like, my girl's in the next room.
Right.
Sometimes I think she was you.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that could cause problems.
Yeah, no.
And this is why it's divorced dad rock.
That was definitely
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that's the only song he made or they made, whatever.
They probably have made more songs, but this is the one that was a hit. This
Yeah.
is played all the time on the radio, like 2010, I would probably guess to say.
Definitely.
Maybe 2009.
Jorge, is there a switch in there that makes people sound the same, or are there 7 guys that all sing the same way?
Listen, you scumbag.
I'm just saying, is there a
with you.
90s dad rock button? Like,
Yeah.
I need this to sound like
Auto-tune
that.
to
Right,
sound
yes,
like that.
auto-tune it to that.
By the way,
yes.
on the day I think he died yesterday, but the day we're going to talk about Sly Stallone.
Yes.
Not Sly Stallone, Sly Stone.
And the Family Stone, yes.
You're going to dare try to compare Creed to these others?
No.
Creed and Sly Stone, same.
They all kind of sound
I
alike.
think it's because people used to smoke more cigarettes back then
yes.
Probably.
and had gravelier voices.
I'm not down in it, but they all kind of sound the same.
By the way, Sly Stone, amazing musician, not a great human being.
I keep hearing this.
Not a great guy.
Not your okay.
No, not
I
really.
keep hearing this.
He
I
was
don't
not,
know.
he was pretty rough on the Family Stone.
I almost don't want to know. Yeah. I just remember some award show where they brought him back.
Yeah.
And he walked on stage, hit
Let's
the
just
piano,
say not
and
the-
walked right back out. Yeah.
Not the entire Family Stone was down with singing
Oh.
Family Affair, but
Okay.
they had to.
Did
Or
go.
else, yeah.
Like Harold Melvin and the
Sometimes
Blue
that
Notes. They all
happens.
hated him. Same thing, right?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with the Blue Notes. I do know the Family Stone.
You know Teddy Pendergrass?
Yeah.
He was in the Blue Notes.
Oh, okay.
And he was Teddy Pendergrass before Harold Melvin let him be Teddy. So anyway, yes.
Okay.
Not to get stuck there.
They do kind of sound like Chris.
Come on, just a little
Teddy
bit. It's a
Pendergrass?
genre.
Oh.
The
it's a
dad
genre
rock.
of rock.
Divorced
Come
dad
on.
rock.
Yes.
Creed is a level above. I'm not going to stop this. They are because of what they're singing about. I was a Nickelback guy back in the day, but I don't listen to Nickelback anymore. If it comes up, I don't switch it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Hardcore 90s and baggy jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Limp
And
Bizkit.
angst.
Yeah.
No, Limp Bizkit, that's a completely
No,
different
Limp
genre.
No,
Bizkit's
I'm
a
saying
little
it was a
different.
Limp Bizkit era. It's the same. This was the.
But that was
this was
that
the
was
other
alternative.
side.
Limp
right.
Bizkit was alternative.
This was
Bizkit
the other
was
side.
yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
and
is the
causing
other
riots.
side of it. Right.
They were
yes.
causing riots at concerts.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Woodstock '99. How'd that go?
not very good. That
No,
was
no,
bad. That
that
whole
was-
documentary was horrible. Yes.
I don't know it.
Have you seen that one?
You haven't watched Woodstock '99?
Oh, my
Don't you
God.
remember Woodstock
Yeah.
'99?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Yeah, Limp Bizkit went out there and kind of riled people up.
Yeah, they threw red meat to a bunch of dogs and it went nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That'll
But that
happen.
was the other side. So that was the younger side, and then this was the dad rock side. But they all sound the same over there.
They don't all sound the same.
Come on, it's almost the same thing. I bet you can't pick between some of these songs, like who is doing it.
I can.
Okay, I bet you could.
He's
but
got an
some
ear.
people cannot. right.
We'll play throughout the show.
Okay.
And you guys will have to guess.
Travis,
who
will be
these
a good
artists
game.
are.
Travis, you don't know music.
I didn't
And that's
say
okay.
that I did.
You're very honest about
I didn't.
that.
I didn't.
But
I
how
said,
dare you, DeMarco?
I said you have an ear. I actually
I didn't
said
say I
something nice
hated
about
it. I'm
you.
just saying they all do sound the same.
No wonder
They
your
do.
wife took your
Doesn't-
tractor.
Doesn't some all rap sound the same?
No.
Yes.
I'm-
Some does.
It doesn't sound the same.
Thank you. Okay, who's
This is Daughtry.
I was asking Travis.
Oh,
Well, see, here's the thing. I got a 1 in 3 chance, so I'm going to get a couple of them right.
Right,
Creed,
okay.
Daughtry, and what's the one about the lips of an angel?
that's
Tinder,
Hinder.
but there's a one-hit wonder.
I'm going to go lips of an angel, Daughtry, or Creed. Those are my 3 choices.
Right.
Damn you.
It's good
Damn
stuff.
you.
Come on. That's so on brand to be Kirk Cousins' favorite group, though. I could see him pulling up to the stadium rocking this
I don't
out.
know
yeah.
anything about music, but I do know a little bit about football and football players.
Yeah.
And if you said to me, what is Kirk Cousins' favorite band? Hand to God, I would have said Creed.
And he'd love it.
And
yes.
I would have been.
And you'd be right.
I'd
Or
be
like
right.
Drew Holcomb.
I don't know what that is.
That's a Christian folk
Okay.
singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with Mr.
Wow.
Or
Holcomb's
Need
work.
to Breathe, another Christian band.
Okay. I don't know.
We
Do
have
you know
a
those,
tweet.
Chris?
Yeah, I've heard. I was part of the team that helped start the Fish here in L.A., which was a CCM station in the early 2000s. We got a tweet from Crypto Ray. He said he ran 2 Kohl's stores, one in Topeka and one in Kansas. Before I know he managed a Walmart, but he also managed a Sears apparently. So
Oh,
there you go.
really?
Well, I guess he said Sears scooped him up and brought him to L.A. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Sears is.
It's all
Adios.
gone? No
Just
more
about.
Sears?
They
Oh.
got like the repair centers
That
now,
used to
but
be
they
the
don't have
joint,
like the
yeah.
retail. My dad worked for Sears for 35
Sears
years.
was the joint.
Sears was
Absolutely.
the first where you could get like nice
Everything.
clothes for holidays, but also get a washing machine.
Yes.
And a lawnmower and
Yeah.
paint and get your car fixed.
And,
Yeah.
and get your photos taken of your family,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and buy candy.
And get the Eye Center. They had an Eye Center, right? Or is that J.C. Penney?
I don't remember.
J.C. Penney had the ice.
They had an optical
Do they still have
department.
an
I
Eye
don't
Center?
think so. No.
Sears had the photo studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
They had the candy store in the middle of the store.
Tools.
Because my dad would come. Craftsman tools you can still buy. I think you can buy them at
Home
Lowe's.
Depot.
Yeah. One of those.
Yeah.
Big box. But do you remember the little candy store in the middle of Sears?
I do. I used to
don't
get the
remember that.
chocolate-covered raisins.
My dad used to, like I said, my dad worked for Sears for 30 years. And he would come home occasionally with a big bag of the candy right before he went out of the store, and there'd be like gumdrops and Swedish fish and black licorice and all this stuff. It was terrific.
Remember Robinson's May?
Who?
Yeah.
Robinson's May. Is that gone too?
That was gone a long
That's
time
gone
ago.
a long time
There
ago.
was May
Long time
Company.
ago.
Oh my God! I
Yeah,
forgot about
that was all
store.
bought out by Macy's because Macy's was never here. Macy's was
okay.
East Coast, and they bought Robinson's May and all
And
that.
they all became Macy's. Okay.
Belk isn't here, right?
No.
What's
Belk's
Belk?
that's Southern, I think.
Dillard's is it the Dillard's?
Dillard's
Dillard's.
is in
Texas.
There's one Dillard's in Lake Havasu.
Really?
Yeah.
Dillard's is like Macy's.
Yeah,
Kinda. Yeah, just.
But
a
like
different
Macy's is a step above Dillard's and Belk and all that stuff.
Okay.
But it's,
'Cause there's a Dillard's in Scottsdale, I'm pretty sure.
name. What killed Sears? Target.
No.
Walmart.
Amazon.
Walmart.
Amazon.
Amazon. Okay.
Walmart,
Yeah, you
Target.
don't need to go get it anymore. Yeah.
Well, it just didn't have a place to fit in that Target. So you had Target, you had Walmart, then you had Amazon.
And
Where
you had Home
did
Depot.
and
What's
Home
the-
Depot?
what's the point?
And
Right.
Lowe's. Where
Yeah.
did Sears sort of fit in that?
Mervyn's. Mervyn's.
I
Mervyn's
do
is
remember
RIP.
Mervyn's.
I remember the
Mervyn's.
Mervyn's at the Whitwood Mall where Mom had to take me from the regular section to the Husky section, and that was life changing for both of us.
Yes.
What about Menards? Have you been to Menards, DeMarco?
Menards
I
is
know
like
it's more
a hardware
I know
Midwest.
that. That's in the Midwest.
That's like
Yeah.
that's a hardware store, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's more like I guess more like a Lowe's
Yeah.
than it is anything else.
First time I heard it, I just laughed.
So here's the
Menards.
thing
a bad
about
name.
Ace. There's an Ace Hardware in Fullerton, and they spend a lot of money on marketing, so we like Ace Hardware. Our Ace is
The helpful hardware place.
But if
Folks,
you go into
place,
Ace
yeah.
and you're looking for something, they're going to probably tell you to go to Home Depot. They honestly will. Now, Ace has a great Yeti section.
They do.
Every Yeti, every size, and they got a terrific candy. And like a picture frame section, oddly enough.
They do.
But if you really need something at Ace, you're probably going to go to Home Depot.
So here's my experience with Ace. The other thing you're forgetting, like the odd thing that Aces have an unbelievable selection of, is cast iron cookware.
Yes.
like pans and
Blackstones now.
Yeah,
In
Every
Ace
size,
Hardware?
yeah.
So if you go to buy a cast iron pan at Williams-Sonoma, it's going to cost you $250.
Yeah.
It's going to cost you $40 at Ace.
Right.
And it's
Same
the
thing.
exact same pan.
thing for $40.
Because
Okay.
remember Osh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Orchard Supply Hardware?
Yeah.
They used to be a great place to get batteries because they made their own batteries. Now you just buy them on Amazon. But Osh was great, and then they went away.
Sears bought them.
And then it all went under.
Yeah.
Are they the same thing as Oshkosh Bagosh?
No.
Okay, that's all different.
My Osh
Ace,
became a
here's
Target.
the thing about Ace. If you need like big stuff, Home Depot's your spot.
Right.
Ace tells you how to do it though. Like the Ace by my house, hey, my toilet is doing this, or the doorknob is doing this. Oh, you need this part. You unscrew the
Well,
bottom
so does
thing. you put-
YouTube now.
I
mean,
This is true.
I don't do that. I do the guy.
Yeah,
I got the old man who's like, oh, you need this tool to take this screw out.
Use
to
that,
do this,
use this, and do
It'll
this.
work. Like
Okay.
perfect.
Yes.
And then when I still can't do it, I call my dad and he walks me through
It's
it.
the helpful hardware folks.
No, they're
Lowe's,
great.
place.
Lowe's is price matching right now. The lowest price. If you guys find something
The
cheaper,
lowest
go to-
price? Lowest price? Okay. Yeah.
Or Ace.
Or Ace. The Far Side's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. So that's all your like hardware stuff. But if you need to go get the right truck to put all your hardware in, that's where Rotolo Chevrolet comes in, because you can load up the bed of that Silverado with all the stuff you pick up at the hardware store. If you've been thinking about a Silverado, if you've been thinking about any of the Chevy cars or trucks, no better place to go than Rotolo Chevrolet, because they've won Dealer of the Year 13 years in a row. And it's not complicated how they do it. It's not easy, but it's not complicated. You just make sure that you deliver customer service that is second to none, day after day, week to week, month to month, year to year. And that's what they do at Rotolo Chevrolet. So if you've been thinking about it, go on out to the store in Fontana. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. That's where Mike Capozio and his team are waiting to blow your socks off. So go check them out. And if you can't get out to Fontana, if you're in Long Beach, you're in Orange County, you're on the west side, you're in the valley, and you're thinking, Trav, Fontana's kind of far, that's cool. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go in or go online, make sure they know that Travis sent you.
Mason and Ireland.
A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps when you
by the way,
tweet me.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Pacific Palms Resort, LA's Hilltop Hideaway and #1 work and play resort, provides opportunities for all travelers and locals. Enjoy restful accommodation, dine in the Red Restaurant with an expansive outside patio, or pamper yourself and relax at the spa. Hit the links at one of their 2 championship courses, the Babe and the Ike. Pacific Palms Resort is the perfect choice for a Los Angeles venue for your business meetings, weddings, and big events. Enjoy a beautiful staycation or family holiday at their Hilltop property. Book your stay at LA's #1 work and play resort today at PacificPalmsResort.com.
This Father's Day, help Dad be all he can be with a gift from the Home Depot, because he's not just Dad, he's the handyman of the house, the plumber in a pinch, and the emergency mechanic. Upgrade his gear this Father's Day with the Husky Mechanics 270-piece tool set from the Home Depot. Now on special buy for $119, a $695 value. For every kind of dad, find the perfect gift this Father's Day at the Home Depot.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places that I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen Report.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
I just realized this is the perfect group for the questions I have right now. So you guys know I go to Farmer's Market, a Farmer's Market.
I
on
did not
Sunday
know that.
in Redondo. It's my spot. We go get masubi. We go get these little vegetable wraps. They're outstanding.
Spam masubi?
Spam masubi for the kids and the wife, and I get this little mushroom wrap, and it's so good.
Yeah.
And there's this guy. He's a one-man band. He plays the guitar and he plays the drums with his feet. And he sits there and it's awesome. We have a bubble guy. It's this old dude that shows up and does like these little big bubbles.
Oh, because I was going to say Jorge's got a bubble guy, but
You got a
different
bubble guy?
Different bubbles, I think.
Different bubble. You know what I mean? Like, what do you call those?
Yeah.
How you blow bubbles?
The wands.
Wands, but they're huge.
Yeah.
So these bubbles turn out to be
Shouts out.
6
He's
feet
got
long.
bubble wands.
The
And
guy's
it's awesome.
name is Juan.
The guy's name is Juan. But there is a person there. She's my bestie. She runs the joint. Her name is Linda. She's awesome.
All right.
She's 79. I dap her up like Tony Soprano. I got to go and give her props, and then we go shop, have fun. So there's always a
I don't
guy
even know
sitting
what we're
next to her.
talking about at this point.
I'm getting there. So there's always a guy sitting next to her. So I asked her, is that your boyfriend? Linda must be 75, right? She's up there. And the guy has to be 20 years younger. I just asked to be polite. She says, oh, no, that's just my guy. He helps me out from time to time. So I'm like, okay, I was going to leave it at that. Then she goes, well, I've been a widow for 24 years. Right. Just like that. Kind of stops you for a hot minute. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I wait. And she finishes. It was the big C, yada, yada, yada. 24 years. I said, have you started thinking about dating? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. And right before she finished, she goes, do you know anyone? Like, dead serious. Like,
She's looking.
Travis Rogers, right in her age group.
I'm sorry, Trav.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my God.
Let's cut that up, all right.
Oh,
That's why it was the second round draft pick.
So sorry.
Yeah.
That is so funny. So I'm thinking about, I do have some friends, and I said, what age group? She said, stop. 65 up. And I said, I do have some friends, so I may try to introduce her to some of my friends. So I'm happy to do that. That was really cool. And the other thing is, I have a friend who runs a gym, and there's always issues when you have men and women at a gym. Get it? I told you I'm reintroducing myself to gym culture.
Right.
You get it. So every gym has this same sort of issue. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Guys hitting on women that don't want to be hit on.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there's issues just like that going on, and I can't really say because it's going on right now. But it's just the one part that stood out, and I have to bring Emily. And this is what his wife said to us as she was explaining. You have to understand, guys, me and him, that when you get past 50, 2 girls, you're either considered old or creepy. There is no in between.
Wait, the men or the women?
The men. 2 women,
okay. Yeah.
When they see us at 50 plus, they see 2 things, either too old or creepy.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jordan Hudson.
Okay, does that track at all? I was offended by that.
Honestly, everybody at the gym is annoying to me. So, like, anybody who interacts with me I'd rather them not interact with me.
Okay, but
because when I go to the gym, I'm going to the gym to get my workout on, to do that. I'm not really interested in anybody talking to me besides, like, are you done? Cool? No? That's it. That's all you should do to talk to somebody.
Okay, when he told me the story, and from his perspective, he's a gym owner, I said kick him out. Even if it's close. If it's not even, just kick him out. Get rid of him. But that part bothered the hell out of me, and I did think about you. So when people see us, and you're close to 50, right?
Not at all.
How old are you?
41.
Well, that's close.
Not really.
You're in the ballpark?
No.
You're in the neighborhood?
No.
It's like saying I'm close to 40.
How many times have you been hit directly in the
You're
head?
on the way to 50. Okay.
So you thought about me because...
Do we look old or do we look creepy?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's
you
a
look
really
old.
good
Travis
topic.
would probably be creepy, but I don't think if Travis went up to a 30-year-old in the gym, I don't think it'd be a problem.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
So if
think
Travis went and said hello, you would think he's either old or a creep.
Old.
Yeah.
I would track as old.
Travis kind of got a look where he could be 55, or he could be like just an old-looking 39.
He could lean into it, or dress young.
And he kind of comes off harmless.
I do. My vibe is not creepy.
Right.
I do not have a creepy vibe, but I was looking
Whereas
at
like
something
John
the other day.
Ireland's got a creepy vibe.
Is that a creepy vibe?
Yes.
Okay, describe what creepy would be.
I'm just kidding.
No, I'm dead serious.
I'm not talking about Ireland, but I'm going to talk about
Yeah.
what creepy would be. So
Okay.
just so we're clear there. You stare
Like
a little too long.
Cappy's got a creepy vibe.
You linger a little too long. You use your hands in a way that's inappropriate.
Well,
you touch.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
You
I don't know if
creepy.
Cap's ever,
Yes.
I don't want to
Okay.
say Cappy's
Yes.
done that.
I'm not talking about anybody specifically.
yeah.
I'm talking about generally speaking.
Every time you see them, they're looking back at you. That's
Saw
creepy.
something on Instagram yesterday where it's like, are you 55 or older? I am not, but I'm close.
Okay.
Right? And the picture of this guy in the ad looked, what in my mind's eye looks about 55 years old. It looked a lot like me. And I was just like one of those things like, that's what you look like.
Yeah.
Like that. So a 30-year-old, I am old to a 30-year-old.
I guess you would be to a 30-year-old.
Yeah, 30.
Okay.
I'm 25 years older
That
than
just
her.
bothered me, though. It's either we're old or creepy. That's not right.
Those are...
But
that's
you-
okay.
That's gym
You'd
culture.
rather be old.
Yeah, it's gym culture.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
old.
You'd rather
Yeah.
be old. When in doubt, don't have your phone up in a way like this.
Oh, that you're
It
taking a
looks like
picture.
you're taking, even if you're not taking a video, it looks like you're taking a video. So if you're going to play on your phone in between sets or whatever, put it down. Because if you're like this, because many men do that, record women working out, record whatever else.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
Generally, women walk through the world with a lot of danger around them at all times because of the things that have happened to women in general. Like, I am worried about walking at night in the dark. I'm worried about going to a gym. There's things that I worry about as a woman that men don't necessarily do.
I found that offensive just for a hot minute. That there's only 2 things I can be. How about I don't know where the bathroom is and I'm just asking you? Or my wife texted and I'm trying to respond as I'm on a bench press. I'm not looking at you.
No, you're not. You're not doing.
Why
it
are
on
you
purpose,
responding
but
while
that's
on the bench
what they're
press?
doing.
Why can't you
Because-
just finish your set?
Well, I mean, I'm sitting there with
Yeah,
the
there's
weights
breaks
on.
in between sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why do you have to text at that
Because
moment?
she just texted, where
So-
are you? I'm at the gym. That's it. Yeah.
But you feel you have to respond right then and there?
Well, and she asked where I am, yes.
You can't respond 5 minutes later? What, she couldn't think you're up to no
I
good?
mean, that was 5 minutes later. It came through. I saw it. Let me do my set. Now I'm done. I'm at the gym. That's all right.
You got
and
something-
you're closer to 50 than you are 25. I think you should, come around to that. You're almost 50.
I'm not almost
You
50.
are almost 50.
That's 9 years.
41 is
You
turning
just
the
turned
corner.
40.
Right.
45 is you're almost 50.
The ball is rolling downhill.
He's just barely 40.
Well, he
he's
almost died.
closer to 39 than
He
he is
almost
50.
died, so
He
we got to
did.
push that up
Yeah,
a
but I
little
think-
bit.
57.
But I think my heart's doing better now than it was at 40.
It
That's
was
probably
okay.
true. That is
It'll be
probably
here
true
before you
for
know
sure.
it. That's awesome. Okay, so should I set Linda up with a couple of friends? Sure. All right, just making sure. I don't
Make
wanna
sure they're old and not creepy.
I don't want to ruin my hookup at the farmer's market.
What does she
though.
get you?
She tells me which people to avoid.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good advice.
That's great advice,
Yeah.
right? So
What
if
kind
I start,
of farmer's market is it that you got to
I mean,
avoid people?
You've been to farmers markets.
I
There's
have.
some at the end that you might want to stay away from.
I don't know what that means.
There's some things you might want to stay away from today, like hot food or this person. They're new. You might want to try this one. Stay away from that
Sometimes
one.
they'll bring old stuff back from the week
Yeah.
before because they didn't move last
Ask
week.
the muffin lady for the ones she's not putting out, the ones in the back of her car.
Oh, you want the back of the car muffins?
That's what I'm saying.
Those
right.
where she keeps the fresh muffins.
That's the hookup. Yes.
I mean, honestly.
That's where the good muffins are, is in the back of the car.
I am not creepy, and I'm not old, and you're almost.
You're
50.
one of the other. Yeah,
No.
that's a fair assessment. That's a fair
Does
assessment.
this Linda have muffins in the back of her car?
No, I hope not. I hope not. No. Okay, good.
Be old.
I'd rather be old.
Oh, you
and
think?
I told my dude, protect your business, kick him out. Yeah.
Kick who out?
Kick the guy out.
You
that's-
can't even keep track of
Yeah,
the stories.
I'm
so
trying.
confused.
Yeah, I'm trying.
There's
The
Linda
other
with
guy.
the old muffins. There's
Yeah.
a gym guy.
No, Linda doesn't have any muffins.
No, she's got no muffins.
Linda's got muffins. She does.
She's
I
just
thought she's the caretaker.
She's in charge of everything, so she knows where the
And
muffins
she
are.
has muffins.
Well, she knows where
and
the
she's a
muffins
bit
are.
randy, it appears.
She's on them prowl.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I do know the Muffin Man. You know what she said? I just want somebody to take me out to dinner on Friday.
Well, why don't you do
We
that?
all need somebody to take us out
I
to
think
dinner
that's
on
what she
Friday.
meant.
Well, go ahead.
And I immediately called my wife over and said, "Let's hook her up with something." But that's what it sounded like. I want someone to take me out to dinner on Friday.
Is that a euphemism, or does she want to go to Chili's?
I have
Both,
no idea.
maybe both.
I did not want to find out though.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
'Cause sometimes you just want to go
Thank
to
you.
Chili's, and then sometimes you want to go to Chili's. There could be.
I don't
could
want to be creepy.
Could be one or the other.
And I
Get a
want Linda
triple
to be-
dipper.
Oh, she wants a triple dipper. There's no doubt.
All right, let's talk about the Dodgers and Padres and not triple dippers. That was awesome last night. There was
That was awesome.
real buzz to a game that, quite frankly, didn't mean much except for it meant a whole lot. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative loaded with ultra premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, B vitamins, and natural caffeine. Plus, it's NSF certified for sport. Just clean energy to keep you locked in without the crash or synthetic junk. So go grab yourself the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy, champions choose clean energy.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Mark your calendars, SoCal. The High Desert Beer and Wine Festival returns to the Palmdale Amphitheater on Saturday, June 21st from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sample craft brews from regional breweries, sip fine wines, and enjoy tasty food trucks while rocking out to live performances from Eve 6, DJ A1, and some of the best cover bands around. It's the tastiest party of the summer. Tickets available at highdesertbeerandwinefest.com. General admission and VIP options available. That's highdesertbeerandwinefest.com.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland, today at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
By the way, I was mobbed by listeners when I walked over to LA Live. So many
For
people
what
listening
reason?
to the show. Just fans of the show.
Oh, okay.
So I was mobbed. both of these guys listen. To me, that's a mob.
Somebody yelled at you at Slay.
That's true. He stood up at Slay and said, "I'm a P1."
God bless you, sir.
God bless that guy.
OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason in Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
This one, I think this is Daughtry? No. Who is this?
Shine Down.
Shine
Second Chance
Down.
by Shine Down. I think it also maybe was like a one-hit wonder as well.
Yeah, I think so.
But high up there with this divorced dad run.
10:02 on a live imaging Tuesday. Travis and DeMarco show. This all got started because the great Jonathan Martin, who's back in the social media room, he appeared in a Creed video with Cappy and I, and then Scott Stapp followed me, and all you guys are trying to compare Creed to Shinedown.
Yep.
And that's just not possible.
You didn't know who that was.
I honestly, I
thought it was
knew the
Creed.
song. I didn't know. I said Daughtry. Didn't say Creed.
There's a big dartboard of music in the universe, and these are all in that same little.
The one right there in the
pie
corner?
slice.
You're a bad guy for saying Creed's
Fine.
like the rest of them.
No, they're all in the
Creed
same
had a
pie
message
slice.
in the music.
That's fine.
That's like saying Pearl Jam is the same as
Soundgarden,
Nirvana.
and they are.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Well, those guys were also saying something.
Yeah,
Pearl
they
Jam
were.
and Soundgarden were very instrumental in the revolution of music.
Yeah, I understand.
But you can't compare Pearl Jam to, and I don't have a great comp to that in what I'm trying to say, but that again, Creed is more in the Pearl Jam artist of like people that were actually saying something than Shinedown. Gutless scumbag.
I didn't know that you were going to be like the Chris Morales
really touched
2.0
you.
is going
That
to be a
music really
Creed
touched you.
stand.
Yeah.
They have a song called Higher, which is about heaven. And guess what? I was literally knocking on heaven's door.
10:03.
Literally.
Then you're gonna knocking on heaven's door.
That's Bob Dylan and Guns N' Roses did that.
yes.
Yeah.
Great rendition.
I prefer
Yes.
the GNR version than the Bob Dylan one personally.
Axel
This
killed that
I don't know.
one. Yeah.
We're going to come out on this. I know that Dylan is a legend. I know that he's all of those things.
Don't do
it. The music, I just kind of misses me.
Hey, what do you got for you?
Yeah, like it just doesn't.
If you
it's
listen
not
to,
toe tapping.
So if you listen to Like a Rolling Stone,
yeah,
and you think about what was going on in the world at that time, it cuts through to what was going on in the world. I mean, the world was Vietnam, presidents being assassinated,
Yes.
politicians being assassinated, Martin Luther King. There was a lot going on.
The lyrics are great. I bet it's his voice you don't like.
I'm just telling you. I understand his significance.
Hey.
I understand.
But to
who
that
he
point,
is.
I
know-
like GNR's version, Guns N' Roses
Yeah.
version of "Knocking on Heaven's Door" because it's better. It's a better song than his
your
version.
head bobs up and down when you hear GNR.
Slash kills it too. Yes.
Yeah.
Hit the dad rock button, Jorge.
GNR's not dad rock. Now you're comparing Guns N'
No, I'm
Roses
just
to
saying,
dad rock.
changes- I want my voice to sound like that for like a segment.
Can you sing at all?
I can do
Pretty
that.
good. It's pretty good. That's what that sounded like.
I'm
Creed.
sorry. See, I don't want to dump on
How
your song.
dare you.
Sounded
I
a lot
love that
like
song
Creed.
too. I got you. I didn't know it meant that much to you.
It does.
I had no idea what that song was about until.
Can you take me higher to where blind man can see?
Yes.
What do you think it means?
I didn't really give it much thought. It's just one of those songs that, okay, it's on. I like it. That's it. I never gave much thought to what it was about until you actually said.
Shocking you didn't give much thought.
To Creed, to that song, to that group, that
With
genre.
arms wide open, what'd you think it was about?
You know, I said that to someone. I'm like, is this a Christian song? And they swore it wasn't. Because they said they weren't, right?
Well, they're
So
not.
it's
yeah.
Christian overtone. Like people might be Christians in it, but they might not be a Christian band. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't infiltrate the music. So, like for example, like Mumford and Sons has Christian overtones, but I don't think they would call themselves a Christian band.
Okay.
For instance, Jonathan at the end of the video said this song's about heaven, right?
I saw
and
that.
Scott
yeah.
Stapp when he shared it, he said, "Wait till the end," and he was talking about Jonathan's point, saying, "Yes, the song's about heaven."
Wait till the end?
Oh, gee. Why do I try to explain?
No, wait till the end of the song?
That's what Scott
Yes.
Stapp said. Wait till the end of Jonathan's point, because Jonathan's making the point. This
okay.
song's about heaven.
Yeah. I knew that, but I didn't
Where
know
blind man see and there's golden streets.
I
What
knew
would that be?
I did not know it when the
Vegas.
song was popular. Right. I had no idea.
You're a bad guy.
You are. Yeah.
You're a bad guy. Can blind men see in Vegas?
If you
Well,
get the right people.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're in Vegas.
Talk about your guy who caught the ball.
Huh?
The guy you love, Garrett Kohl. or
We
whatever.
like the
Garrett
song.
Kohl.
I don't hate the song.
I can't
Come on.
remember the name right now.
Are you talking about Denzel
Denzel.
Clark?
Yes, Denzel.
Yes. Second best catch ever in baseball.
That's like calling
What's your
Daughtry Creed.
The other
Is
one.
Denzel.
You like Gary Matthews?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Some people say you don't like that catch because it was the Angels. Is that true?
it wasn't the Angels. He was playing for the Rangers at the time.
I'm just kidding.
Wasn't the Angels.
That was a hell of a. Both were
What
hell
about
of a
that catch from last month? That guy rolled on the floor and still caught it. From the Rangers, I think.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's just because he fell.
Oh, he went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Come on, you don't just correct.
This was an incredible feat of athleticism.
Because he tried to do that.
Yeah.
It wasn't luck.
Executed.
Right.
Against the Angels.
Like 10:07. As we try to reset here for just a moment. Obviously, it's a live imaging Tuesday. We like to have fun and frivolity, but we're not ignoring what's going on in the real world, especially the miles around us here in downtown Los Angeles. But we've been at this stage many times, it seems like, over the last several years, where we say we try to talk about what's really going on. And frankly, I don't think anybody at this radio station really, especially on the on-air side, can talk about this honestly and can have the emotions tied to a lot of this. We're very lucky that we don't deal with some of these issues and that. So we are aware of it. We're trying to make you smile, talk about sports, try to be a bit of a distraction. If you want real news, there's plenty of opportunity for television and for satellite radio, and KNX 97.1 here in Los Angeles can cover it, but KFI, AM 640. But we are here to be a distraction during the day, and we're going to do our shows. We're going to talk about All-Star Friday night. We're going to talk about tomorrow. Not you guys, but Mason Island, Sedano and Capra Islands in West Covina. So we're going to try to be the distraction, but none of us are ignoring what's going on here in downtown LA at this hour.
I always wondered, like, when you probably get these questions, like, what is the job? What do we do? Are we supposed to distract you? Are we supposed to use it to talk about certain issues? Where do you stand? I mean, look, we're a sports show, right?
Sometimes.
For the most part.
Not on Tuesdays, but the other days.
You know what? Don't be mad because I'm giving you feedback. I'm giving you feedback about your Creed take.
You know what's happening? You did what I usually do. You took the bait.
I did take the bait.
you took the bait.
Because I feel passionate. Here's what I said this yesterday to somebody. Because in 2020, we were very vocal about what was going on around us. It so happened that there was nothing else going on in the sports world.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was down.
Was stopped.
So talking about things that were going on in the summer of 2020, if we didn't, it would almost be disingenuous. It was really disingenuous because there was no way to not talk about it.
It was the only thing going on in the world.
Yes. When ESPN was talking about it, and it did directly, it involved the sports world too on many times. So I think that was more of an opportunity for us to talk about some of that stuff. I think that now there is sports going on, and I just don't think our voices are genuine talking about it.
It's weird. It's almost a guilt, though, because you want to say something, but...
And by the way, if you want to say something, feel free. The thing is we're a personality.
What are you going to say right now?
Well, that's the thing. It's one of those things that, if you give an opinion, there's going to be somebody that loves you for it and somebody that hates you for it, almost guaranteed. I got DMs last night because I posted station content and people saying, why are you not talking about the real stuff? Well, we can post about the real stuff, but that's just going to inflame somebody and make somebody else feel something. And if you feel inclined to talk about it or post about it, feel free. We're just trying to do what we do here at 710 ESPN, which is make people smile and try to distract, like your story about the farmers market.
I got something to say then.
And Randy Linda.
Can I step out on a ledge and say something?
Go ahead.
Creed sucks. How about that?
You can't say that.
I'm kidding. They do stink, though.
No, they don't stink. How do they stink?
Come on. I just love it. I found a button.
And if it's Creed of all things,
right,
is the part
I love
that's
it. I found
so
a button
remarkable.
on Chris. That's cool, though.
Yeah. The Creed is the one that you can't.
What the heck is
take
that?
the bait on.
Lindsay's holding the jellyfish we got from SeaWorld. The jellyfish-like thing.
Oh, like the lava lamp thing?
Why is Lindsay here so early?
I don't know.
Why are you looking at me? I don't
know.
Well, you should know. You know everything. You got the shirt on. Come on. You got the
today's
Mr. Hand shirt.
Today's my payoff day.
This is payoff day.
So this means you're
tomorrow. No, I'll be here tomorrow, so I'll bring you the.
No, you won't.
No, I won't be here tomorrow.
You'll be at media day with me.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So that means Thursday you're going to be naked?
I'll come by early. I'm catching a plane to Oregon for graduation, but I'll come by early and drop off the golf balls.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, this isn't a
Thursday.
naked bet.
This is not something that has to be done.
What happened to the naked
I don't want
bet?
the VIG to start running.
There's no VIG.
There's no VIG?
I give you until you return to do our show on normal schedule.
I will bring
which
you.
is what?
So Otani's the naked bet.
A week from today.
That's the naked bet. And that will never, ever happen.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean, this is what you said to me about you said, what about the steals? I said, well, Tony's going to do this. And then we talked about Tommy Edman. He's going to have, I'm like, no, he's going to have probably 13 or 14 home runs. And all
that's all reasonable stuff.
But what I'm telling you is that my crystal ball works pretty good on this stuff.
Okay, do you know what the bet is?
About Otani?
Otani.
No, go ahead.
The pitcher of record. So basically, he has to pitch win there, or at least be the pitcher of record.
He
Go 5 innings.
He has to pitch in a game, which he will only do as a starting pitcher more than likely.
Go at least
and
5
hit for the cycle.
And hit for the cycle.
In the same game?
In the same game.
Well, that's not going to happen.
That's what I said. Right. It'll never happen.
You think that's going to happen?
If it happens, I'll come in here naked.
I would not bet on it to happen, but I also would not say that it can't happen.
To hit for the cycle, he needs 4 at-bats.
Yeah, which he'll get in his sleep. Because even when, keep in mind.
So if he pitches 2 innings, would he get 4 at-bats? Yeah.
No, but he's staying in the game as the hitter.
No, I get it.
He doesn't have to pitch the whole game. He has to pitch in the game and hit for the cycle.
2 innings.
I thought he has the pitcher of record.
Sure.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
That's threading the needle.
I feel comfortable about that.
It is unlikely,
and then where do you have to be naked?
In here.
In here?
In here. Right here. Right where I'm sitting.
But we have to cover certain things.
Yeah, I'll cover the chair. And I won't stand up.
Let's throw the chair out after the end of the day. Let's just throw it in the dumpster and part of your punishment
I'll
will be
go get some
to buy a
waxies
new
from
chair.
the bathroom and put it down there. It's all good. Yeah, I'll make sure nothing will touch.
Would you call them waxies?
Isn't that what they're called?
No,
They're
I know,
waxies.
but did you went brand name? It's pretty awesome.
Isn't that what they're called?
Yeah,
Waxies?
no, you're exactly right.
I'll put some gaskets down.
Gaskets. There's usually
Mason is not a waxies guy.
He's not a waxies guy?
He goes tush to seat.
Even in public bathrooms?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ask him about that.
You can't do that.
That's not a great choice.
That's not a great choice.
So I'm just going to tell you. One time I had to. It was an emergency situation. There weren't time for waxies. This is years ago in that bathroom. Not
The
most
seat was all
recently.
wet, bro.
Not most recently where Cappy and I had to share the stall. Not the stall, but we were side by side. It was a long story. Anyway.
You and Cappy were in the same stall?
Not the same stall. We were side by side.
Right next to each other. Okay,
we had a late night walk, and we both had to run back.
Okay.
Anyway. And there's a video that will play at Mandy's floor that I took inside of it, but that video will only come out at Mandy's floor. Wow. Nevertheless.
I'm not sure I want to see that.
One time I didn't have time to put waxies down, so I just went right on it.
Yeah.
And as I was sitting there, I went, this isn't that big of a deal. Like, I have an immune system.
It's not that big of a deal, except for it's really gross.
Because in some states, it's not the law, right?
No, I don't know if it's... But see, did you have time... You just didn't have time to waxy.
I didn't have time to wax it.
Okay. That's one of those rare occasions where you just got to kind of go for it.
Yeah.
Because occasionally you go in there and the waxies are empty.
Right.
Right? But
go to
that's
the paper towels.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to tear off in place.
And then, if not, go to
but
the
then
toilet paper.
That's going to stick to you. And
You're
that
right.
sounds great.
It is, but it's also better than having whatever was on there stick to you.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Mace is a no waxy guy.
Nah, man, you're changing my whole opinion of Mace right now. Really, that's gross. Come on, really? You really do that? Emergencies, okay.
Bring it up to him today in Super Crosstalk at noon.
I'm not bringing that up.
I will come back in and bring it up.
You bring it up for me.
I'm going to write it on my pad.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring that up? Okay.
No waxy guy.
I got 0 waxy on my notes.
I'm a 4-ply waxy guy.
No, one's fine.
4.
And I told you my
Well,
Michael
I got a
One, you don't get any traction.
Well, I mean, I'm a little
Like,
lighter.
No, yeah, I know too.
It's like you're on ice.
One here, one in the front, one in the back. And
The worst, though.
You
the
double
third-
flap?
So one in the front, and one
Yeah.
in the back, a little bit more.
But
room.
are the flaps facing opposite directions,
Yes.
or are they in the same direction?
Well,
the
you
worst
gotta kind of,
You tear
sync
the
it up
flap
a little
off.
bit. Yeah, you sync it up a little bit.
But
and
here's
then
the
one
problem.
going sideways. Yeah.
When you go more than one, because I do too, sometimes you create a wall between them where things won't push through.
Yes.
It
and
gets
that's
caught.
dangerous.
You got to poke through. You
got
to poke it all the way through.
If you have the luxury of time.
Right, sometimes you don't have all this time.
Tear the flap off and drop it in.
There you go. Right.
Because the flap can be a nuisance.
Yeah.
Because I told you my Michael Thompson story, right?
No.
So he always uses that big hand in our bathroom, the handicap corner stall, because he's tall, whatever.
The Cadillac, yeah.
And he'll read in the newspaper. This is years ago. So one day I walk in, and I notice the other one's taken. Whatever. I sit in the other one. I'm sitting there minding my business, and then I hear, "Hey, Chris." I go, "Hey, MT." And he starts talking to me as though we're in just like we're in here. And I go, later on, I see him in the studio, and I go, "By any chance, how did you know it was me?" He goes, "Oh, I saw your boots." I said, "Oh, okay." And I've never had that moment until recently with Cappy.
Well, that's normal.
No, there
baseball
should
team,
be
right?
no talking. Just
baseball team, you're in the same locker room.
We didn't have a locker room.
Don't start to make me feel bad.
I told you about my field.
You didn't have a lot. Where'd you guys get dressed?
At home and ride our bikes to the ballpark.
Really?
Yeah.
At UCSB?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Where'd you go after the game? Just home?
Home, take a shower, had to wash your own uniforms.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we had no.
Who put the lines down
accommodations.
on the field?
Our coaches.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys love baseball.
Yeah.
You have to really
it
love
was,
baseball.
and I'm not trying. It was first of all, it's 35 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was kind of low budget. There was no money. We had high school bleachers.
Okay, well, back to the MT.
No
That's
bathroom.
not shocking because you're in a locker room and you have conversations with dudes.
I don't want to talk to. When
And
we're doing our
sometimes
stuff, I don't want to.
they don't even have doors on the front.
I'm with Chris.
Well, if there's no doors on the
Dude,
front,
we're
that's
not
one
in the
thing.
Army. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, we don't have to do this. Like in the Army, we're gonna have to deal with some stuff.
Right.
But no, I need a door. I need a door that goes kind of all the way to
You
the
need
ground.
privacy.
I'd like a lock. I wouldn't mind if the top, because you're a tall person. I'm a tall person. I can see when I stand up, my entire head is above the line. I don't like that.
Yeah,
Right.
I'd like it to be a little higher.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you this, though. Oddly enough, this shouldn't be that odd. In the gym locker room, I'm towel on shoulder guy out of the shower.
That's different environment.
Yeah, but
Wait,
also
butt
some people
naked
are
with a towel on shoulder.
Yeah.
No, you got to cover up.
No, I don't.
You
I'm
gotta
not worried
cover
about
up.
it. I need to dry
You
off.
can't be
I need
sunny
the.
side
I
up
need
in
no.
here.
I need the air to dry
You
things.
can't be sunny side up in here, bro. You got to cover up. That's
What was the line we used on Key? You're the man that showered most men around here.
Oh yeah, and he
What?
showered with a lot of men, which he did. He showered with a lot of men.
Sunny side up. Is that what we call it?
You can't be doing that.
That's
bro.
amazing.
You can't.
Dude, so throw it over the fence too far and
Yeah,
sunny side
can't
up.
be
We're
doing
done
that.
for the
Cover
day.
that thing up.
Eventually, we're
Come
going to get to the Dodgers and the Padres playing a great game last night. Or who knows? Maybe we'll wait till tomorrow. It's all coming up. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, look, the Home Sweet Win promotion has announced a winner. I am so excited. One Long Beach single mom is now the proud owner of a brand new home in Temecula. I was just out there last night. Great homes. She won the house at Pchanga Resort Casino. 20 house owner hopefuls, along with thousands of other people looking on, gathered at Pchanga Resort Casino. Myra V of Long Beach turned the key on the stage, signaling she won a brand new 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in a premier gated Temecula gated community, courtesy of Pchanga Resort Casino. I mean, the things they do for the community are outstanding. And besides that, you can play your perfect combo at Pchanga Resort Casino, Southern California's premier resort casino experience. Why get stuck in traffic when you don't have to be? You could be at the best casino resort in Southern California in less than 1 hour. Gives all the guests the amenities they expect of a world-class resort. Exceptional entertainment, dining, spa, golf. Let's not forget round-the-clock gaming excitement. The casino floor is huge. Walked it just the other day. The suites, the spa, the golf course, 20 bars and restaurants, they got you covered. Pchanga Resort Casino, one of the largest resort casinos in the country. So, readers of Newsweek and USA Today have voted Pchanga Resort Casino the best casino outside of Las Vegas, so what are you waiting for? If your idea of entertainment is lounging poolside or putting the great bet on blackjack, Pchanga Resort Casino is waiting for you right now. See you there.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
They got it all hooked up at the Dodger games.
Really?
Yeah, they got great seats, like right down the third base line.
Beautiful.
Like good table right in front of them where you can have like cervezas.
Oh, those seats.
And some aguas calientes.
Hot water?
No, what's the, what did I have today?
Aguas calientes, I have family there.
What do I have? What did I have today? The shrimp. What did I have today?
Aguachiles.
Not aguas calientes. What did I have?
Is that a casino?
Yeah.
Agua Caliente by DeAndre's house.
Right. Yeah.
And then Aguas Calientes where my cousin lives in the state of Mexico.
Okay.
You're getting there, Cappy.
What did I eat today?
Shrimp.
No, but come on. No, I don't want the white guy version. What was it called?
DeAndre?
What was it called?
Aguachiles.
Aguachiles. See, now I got aguas calientes.
You were close, Cap.
I was very close. Aguas chiles.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Next Gen, the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. You know Next Gen for their incredible air conditioning and heating services. But did you know they do plumbing too? Are you noticing leaks around your home? Clogged drains? Next Gen can help with plumbing problems, large and small. And for a limited time, Next Gen's offering everyone a drain cleaning for just $88. Their expert technicians will work to clear even the toughest clogs. Plus, they can check your pipes for any other signs of damage. From slab leak repairs to clogged drains to water filtration and everything in between, trust NextGen for expert plumbing services and high-quality work. We're talking financing options, 5-star service, and availability 7 days a week. So don't wait. Call 833-3NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to schedule your $88 drain cleaning today. CSLB number 1011173. NextGen, here for you now and for years to come.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3NEXTGen.
Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, skip agents, commissions, and costly repairs. Get a fair, competitive cash offer without worrying about the details falling through. Chris Chavez, a real customer, says, quote, Seller's Advantage offered me more than I expected. The process was fast, easy, and much better than using a realtor. End quote. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Capozio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. Brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region, 13 years in a row in California once again.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
You didn't know Bergman had those country club roots, did you,
I'm
Travis?
serious. He's the only one that's ever admitted that out loud.
I'm excited.
Yes. Most people would deny that.
Chris, you got the song?
Let me hear it.
I think I actually know this one.
Go ahead.
What's your guess?
Is this Firehouse?
Very close. Chris?
Oh, let me hear the hook. Lifehouse.
Yes, Lifehouse.
Okay.
I needed the hook.
I give it to you, Travis. You were very close.
Yeah.
You were close.
That's closer than I thought I'd get. No, I did not know he had the
country club roots.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I like a good country club, Chris.
Didn't Lifehouse also do the song? Hold on.
I do.
The country club, Chris?
No, I like a
You
good
like
country
a
club,
good country
comma,
club.
Chris.
Oh, I thought there was a different
Yeah.
country club, Chris.
No.
Is he straightened all the way up?
No.
Oh, no, they did that song "You and Me." That was one of my breakup
did.
songs in
Yeah.
2006.
You're not really a Creed fan. You just like that song.
No, I was
Because I was giving you.
No, you were giving me album
I
names
was giving
and
you
quizzing
names
me.
of albums you should know, right? And you're like,
I don't
what
know
is
the
that?
albums. I grew up in the modern era. Well, that's not true. But Creed is
You
a
know
modern
the name
era.
of albums, right? Okay.
Not the Creed albums.
Emily, I tried to tell him I was out on Creed after Human Clay. He goes, "What's that?" That's the
No,
name
I
of their
didn't say
second
what's that.
album.
I said I don't know their albums. I know their songs.
What's the name of their fourth album?
I don't know.
2009. That's what I'm saying. You're not a Creed fan. You
Because
just
in
like the
2007,
song.
this thing called the iPhone came out, which has
That
Apple
means you don't
iTunes.
know album names?
No, we just downloaded songs.
Come on. I bet you know the album name to every Prince album he's ever made.
You're talking about the 80s.
But you know the name, right? Come on. You know the name of the albums. You got to know where the songs are.
Listen, though I'm a Creed fan, you can't
what
compare
album is
Off
Higher
the
On?
Wall by Michael Jackson.
What
to
album
Creed.
is Higher On?
I said
Your
their
favorite
first
song.
album.
It's not on their first album.
So what?
I'm just saying you're not a Creed fan then. You just like the song. That's fair. You can like certain songs and not be a fan of the band.
And apparently you could have some... I'm not even going to say what I'm
I
gonna
knew
say.
you were going to go there. Stop it. It's either that or the lawnmower. One or the other. CTE or lawnmower. I know.
Well, they're both good bits.
Program respond, right.
Unless you're Beto. Beto can't do those bits with you.
Oh, will you stop?
Because then you'll get into
You've
space.
been waiting on that stop. Beto and I go back like 30 years. We're good. Not that long. 20 years.
Yeah, when you did that show with Kevin Kiley?
Yeah.
That thing was great. Remember that? Remember that show, Travis?
Get me out of here. Oh, my God.
Well, Travis was a little busy on the #1 sports show in America at the time.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Hasn't changed since then.
That's what I hear.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't had the pleasure lately or in the last 15 years.
Phenomenal.
I know what's great? The Dodgers game last night.
Yeah, it was.
That was pretty fun and
Grab the wheel.
awesome.
Dodgers beat those stinking scumbag Padres.
Thank you, Padres, for bringing out that intensity.
Dude, the ballpark was packed.
Wasn't it, though?
What else is there to do in San Diego?
Quite a bit, actually.
Well, yeah, there is, but.
It was. You've been to Petco Park.
Yeah.
Okay, so down the right field line, way up high by the scoreboard up there, those seats are almost never full. That's the worst seat in the house at Petco, in my opinion. Like, way down the right field line, all the way up by the scoreboard, there wasn't an empty seat in the house.
Wow.
It was packed. It had. This almost never happens. And you've seen me, and I can tell you're disappointing me occasionally. You're like, hey, this is a big deal. I'm like, no, not really. Right? In baseball games.
Okay, yeah.
But last night had playoff energy from the top of the first inning. From the first pitch of that game, that had an intensity to it that is super rare in regular season baseball. The only time you get something like that is maybe in September as you're getting close to the end of the line and you're jockeying to win a division. That game was, the Dodgers are either going to have a 2-game lead or they're going to be tied with 90 games to go. Who cares?
The energy was so strong.
It was
can actually
playoff
see
energy
it on the screen. It was there. It was definitely there. So you may not see them as a rival, but you need them to bring out the best in you.
I think that's right.
Yeah, because they did not want to lose that game.
Neither
they did
team.
everything right.
You could see both pitchers when they're pumping their fists, they're screaming, they're yelling. There was an intensity that was very unusual.
So I give Dustin May a lot of credit for getting to the fifth. I know a lot of people are on his neck.
You're
going
gonna have to sell me on this.
But dude, I mean, the one thing you did not want to do against them or against anyone is tax your bullpen, especially when your bullpen is overtaxed. So I know it didn't look great. It wasn't his A+ stuff, but getting to the fifth, give him credit. At least
if the standard for credit is did you go 5 innings, then yes, he passed the test. But that's the only test he passed.
Yeah.
But he's really starting to bug me for lack of a
really?
Yeah,
okay.
because his stuff is so nasty. Right, he throws 96, 97 miles an hour. The ball goes both ways with wild, crazy movement.
Potential to be filthy.
He is filthy, yet he doesn't strike anybody out. And he walks too many guys.
Last night he did.
You cannot walk people in Major League Baseball unless you're also striking out a million guys. And who walks a lot of guys? Blake Snell. But Blake Snell gets a lot of guys to strike out, too. Yeah. Blake Snell gets a lot of guys to chase. So that's the one – and even he walks too many guys. But that's the one scenario where you can get guys to kind of go out of their comfort zone. Dustin May falls behind way too often. I don't care how nasty you are. If a major league hitter is 1-0, 2-1, 3-1, they're going to hit you.
You're going to have problems.
And he was nibbling all night long. Like I'm going to mix the streams here a little bit. Tony Gonsolin does not have the stuff that Dustin May has. But Tony Gonsolin attacks the strike zone. That's why he gives up 1 million home runs. But they're mostly solo home runs. He can stay in games a long time because there's not a lot of guys on base. Guys will hit the ball hard against him every once in a while. But May is ball 4, spiked a pitch, broken bat hit, then barreled up. There's traffic all over the place. He just won't attack the strike zone. And you saw, the first 3 innings where you give up the 6 runs, right? He was all over the map.
Yes.
And then you could almost
all over the map.
You could almost tell he went into F it mode. Like, I don't have it tonight. F it. I'm just going to let it rip. Guess what happened? He started mowing guys down.
Right. That's what I give him. I love the way he finished.
He needs to start like that. He needs to walk out there in the first inning in F it mode. And I know that they were talking about it because he's had 2 injuries. He nearly died with that esophageal tear that he had. Like, he's had some real health stuff.
Ruined me on romaine lettuce forever.
You're not kidding. And I'm sympathetic to that. But, dude, attack the strike zone. Your stuff is good. Oral Hershiser talks about this all the time. He said it to you and me. He says it on the broadcast. Throw the ball to the middle of the plate and trust your movement to take it to an edge. Trust that your stuff is good enough to get guys out. And his absolutely is. But if you're walking guys, if you're putting guys on base, if you've got 70 pitches in the 4th inning, we're doing this wrong.
I would hate to find out I had no movement and I threw something over the plate.
Yeah, but he does have
movement. The only way to find
movement.
out it's going to land wet somewhere.
So what? It's one thing.
True.
And his ball does move. It's not a will it move.
Yeah.
It does.
But I give him props for getting that steaming pile over the finish line because it could have been worse. It could have been worse, a lot worse, and you could have taxed the bullpen, and you could have lost at the same time.
I'll put it to you this way.
Yeah.
If that's what he's giving you, you can't not use him in big games because he's going to put you behind the 8 ball.
Very true. Now, that's something you can talk about later when all these guys come back. But I would bet he's going to be a part of your postseason rotation.
Right now, he would have to be. But if he continues to put guys on base without hitting their way on, he will not be. Because Yamamoto does not walk. This is why Sasaki is not a finished product. This is why Sasaki is kind of scary. He walks too many people. You got to. This is why Kershaw, despite all of his other flaws at this point in his career, he doesn't really walk a lot of guys. He attacks the strike zone for the most part. Yamamoto pumps strikes.
Yeah.
Glasnow, when he pitches, pumps strikes. Ohtani pumps a bunch of strikes.
Isn't he throwing today?
Who?
Show.
Is it
I
one
thought
of his side work days?
I think he's side work today again. Another tease. Come on.
He was. May was. You're right. Like, he got them enough to at least give them a little bit of breathing room.
Right.
Yeah, their bullpen's good. If you could just take a little of that pressure off, and instead of having to pitch Vezia, Banda, trying like all these guys every day, if you could pitch them every other day, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But when you
didn't your crush pitch well? Aren't you Banda guy?
He pitched great. 2 innings. He never does that.
Never.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Good stuff. Yes.
He was good. Dodgers were really good, and we'll talk more about it. There's a lot more to get into, including that they got a little lucky. Like some stuff broke their way.
A little. That's not a strike.
It wasn't, and that's only one of the things that they got lucky at. That's coming up, but Factor Cap is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. You've heard me talk a lot about my friend Joseph S. Normand. Joe is the person that I called after I got into an accident right here on the 10 freeway downtown. It's the person that we called after my son Bobby was in an accident a few years ago. And what comes along is expertise. What comes along is peace of mind and knowing that you have the right person representing you. That's not going to let the insurance company steamroll you. That's not going to have the other guy get to you so fast, say, "Oh, this is the best you can do," and you're just kind of confused. You don't know what's up, and Joe's never going to let that happen to you. So if you're in an accident, call Joe. 213-747-2000. 213-747-2000. If you've been hurt at a place of business, a slip and fall, like there's just so many different things that you need to know what your rights are. You need to know if you have a case. Call Joe, and he's going to walk you through everything. 213-747-2000. Put it in your phone, so when it does happen, you're not thinking, "Oh, what was that number again?" 213-747-2000. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand, normandlegal.com, online, and make sure that he knows that Travis sent you in.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Every legend has a story, and those stories are kept at Legends Attic in Claremont. Legends Attic is the premier sports memorabilia gallery and store that offers a unique blend of rare and iconic collectibles. It's a community for sports fans and collectors, so go check it out for yourself. Legends Attic, 619 West Foothill Boulevard in the city of Claremont. Visit legendsattic.com and be sure to follow Legends Attic on all social media platforms so you can stay connected to know about their upcoming signings and special events with Hall of Famers and pro players.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 001291. GAR 001292. PSIS license number 1358.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha.
And before...
Kombe. That's how you say cheers in Korean. Remember that
Kombe.
when Kim hits a home run. Kombe! There you go.
He needs to play more.
Before we get in Factor Cap, it's ESPN LA's Legends Launch, presented by Legends Attic. It's all part of ESPN LA's 4th annual All-Star Friday Night on July 11th at West Covina Sports Complex. Step up to the plate and take your shot in a high-energy challenge to hit as many balls as you can in 90 seconds. Bring your own bat and helmet and bring that big swing because spots are limited. Head to ESPNLA.com right now to reserve your spot. Step up, swing big, be legendary. Right, Travis?
Right.
11th?
The 11th. Be legendary.
Be legendary.
Beloved.
Yesterday, I saw a movie, and wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but in it, the two main characters they're going to Italy as kind of like a anniversary gift to themselves. And they're in Italy, and they have a plan. And their plan is to eat this like one great Michelin star restaurant that they saw on something like, Chef's Table or wherever else.
Chef's Table.
They had that's all they wanted to do on this Italian vacation in addition to other things, but that was like the main goal. But they meet up with their relatives and they said, "Hey, we actually already booked you with this really wonderful like Italian grandmother that only serves like 2 meals a year and you can eat at her house and it's all this like homemade stuff." Whatever. And that's the dilemma. They're like, we actually wanted to do this, but here's a recommendation from a local in Italy. So my statement is, you would rather go with a recommendation from a local, doesn't mean it had to local but a recommendation from a local in this area than from an internet recommendation.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So fact is the local. Travis, Factor Cap.
Fact.
Yeah.
Not fact times a million.
Yeah.
If you said to me, Trav, this place is a place that you would love. I go there all the time. I think I know what you like. That would mean so much more to you than 8 trillion internet people who I have no idea.
But what if it's like Giorgio in Italy and you don't even know him very well, but he's like, here, go to this place.
If it was, this is where I go. This is one of the best meals that I've had. I would trust that 100 times more than internet reviews. I don't know those people.
Yeah.
DeMarco?
I would chase down Giorgio if you gave me a bad rec, though.
Yeah.
But what if it's Anthony Bourdain or Giorgio?
Okay, yeah, I would take it, but I would go definitely fact. I always ask people where I go, where do you buy your groceries? Where do you shop? And then I usually go to those areas because you're going to shop and eat in the same 10 miles or whatever it is. But yeah, I would always ask a local before I go to the internet.
Now, I want to go back to something you said. If it's Anthony Bourdain or some local, that's different than Yelp has this at 4.5 stars.
You mean Anthony Bourdain online, if he told me?
If he went there in a show when he had a show.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm influenced by that, yes.
Yeah, that's a little different because I trust his opinion on things.
Because he's asking the same locals.
Yeah, if I pull into a town,
yeah,
and I open up my phone and I'm looking for, I don't know, the best pizza place, and Yelp is telling me one, but the cab driver's saying, no, man, this is the spot. I'm listening to the cab driver.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Going to New York, I got laughed at because I asked about Tavern on the Green.
Yeah.
You don't go there.
Right.
Same thing with Seattle. You don't go to the Space Needle.
Yeah.
You really don't. You want a restaurant, I'll give you a restaurant.
Yeah.
Not there.
Right.
I'm gonna go fact unless you're Alan Sleewa. When you recommended this guy and he didn't go.
I mean,
no, I'm gonna go fact. And adding to asking not just one person, like you want to ask, like you said, the taxi driver, the Uber driver, whoever the local is. If you get 4 people telling you that's the spot where you gotta go, then you should go there.
Ask the local gangbanger. He'll tell you.
They know the neighborhood.
He'll tell you, right?
When we were in Palm Springs, we were coming back from dinner, and my buddy Ryan
local guy.
wanted to hit this one spot. And the Uber driver's like, oh, okay. He goes, it's going to be packed, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh. So we pull in, and it was packed. And the guy goes, I know another spot that's just as good as this one. Do you want to go to that
Over there,
spot?
right.
And we're like, yeah.
Not only tell you where to go, they tell you when to go or when not to. Right.
So last one, because it's got to be a short factor cap today. Mark Maron has announced that he's going to be stopping his WTF podcast. Kind of one of the original podcasts, one of the original podcasters.
No question.
So my statement, though, is Mark Maron is the original podcaster to you. So, like, he was the first person that you were like, oh, that guy has a podcast? What's that?
Question.
DeMarco Factor Cap.
Oh, that's a great question. It's not him, but I don't know who my first podcast guy would be. It's not Rogan, right? Who came first?
I think, honestly, Mark come
Maron
before
was
Rogan,
before
but who's
him.
the first podcaster that you started to listen to, I guess?
When podcasting became a thing, I guess it had to be Rogan. The Rogan experience, to where it really popped. Like, you'd seek those things out, probably him.
Travis?
For me, it was Maron and Bill Simmons almost at the same time. They were doing very different things. Simmons was doing more of a sports pop culture thing, and Maron was doing an interview.
Yeah,
a sort of pod. And Maron, the one that really got me on Maron, like for real, was when he got Obama. Because Obama was on it, and it was like, wait, the president of the United States is going on a podcast?
Changed everything.
Like, wait, what? Mm-hmm. And so I listened to it because I was interested in Obama. Mm-hmm. And so I remember thinking, I like the guy doing the interview, and he told funny stories about the setup to, what's Marine One kind of coming over his house to drop him. It was wild, and that kind of sucked me in. But it was Maron and Simmons.
Jorge?
Look, I'm not big on podcasts. It's weird. Like, I've always felt like if it's a live radio show or whatever, like if I didn't listen to it live, I'm just not gonna take the time and listen to it. But I have stuff in Spanish. Like I was telling you guys about this other, I forget the host's name. But he's great. He had Pablo Escobar as his son recently.
Right.
So he has different, but they're all in Spanish. So it's I have a different,
I'd be all in on that. Yeah.
But no, this guy talks to interesting, personalities like that.
Why I saw that Maron was pulling the plug. Did he say why? Tired?
I read the post, and so I'm probably paraphrasing here, but it is just like it's run its course. I don't think I can do it to the same level I used to do it at, and I kind of don't really want to do it. He is also in something we should pick up with Chris, Stick.
Stick, yeah.
So, and he's good in Stick.
He's a good actor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Mark Maron?
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was good in Glow. You ever watch Glow?
Oh, yeah.
The wrestling movie?
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I used to watch the old Glow wrestling show. Yeah, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, this is a kind of not a mockumentary. It's fictional, but he's kind of the ringleader of that group.
He's the head of the organization, and Allison Brie is in it.
Nice.
I might not do
And who's the tall blonde lady?
She was in Oh Mary on Broadway just recently, but
she's great too.
Yeah, I'm not big on podcasts, but like if anything on YouTube, like the hot ones and things like that, where you have personalities, I love watching stuff like that. The his name is Melo Montoya, and there's another guy, Jordi Rosado. He has these guys talk to different personalities, and
what
they're pretty good.
What cooking show did you say you liked?
Chef's Table.
Chef's Table. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
I'm a Hell's Kitchen dude.
I don't First of all, the next cooking show that I don't like will be the first.
Yeah, true.
I like most of them.
Very true.
But I don't like the competition stuff as much as I like the this is how we go about doing it.
How to make it, stuff like
the
that.
Hell's Kitchen. an idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich! Get out!
It's raw!
It's raw!
He's really funny.
He is funny.
Yeah,
I do
he's
have
really
knife
funny.
envy on those shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? Right.
Oh, knife envy
Yeah.
and like accessory
Yes,
envy. Like
all
they
that
have,
stuff.
Yeah, all that cool
I
stuff.
could do that if I had that.
And then you go into like Williams-Sonoma or Crate and Barrel or something, you're like, that thing costs $90?
For a
I'm not-
pan.
Right. I'm not buying it. It's not like a pan, at least I'll use a billion times.
Right.
It's one little knife that's got this
Yes.
little edge. I'm like, no.
Where's Ace
not
Hardware?
doing that.
So
Right.
they got it for $40.
There you go. Factor Caps brought to you by the law office of Joseph S. Normand. As you've heard me say many times, you have many choices in your legal team, but with Joe, family always comes first, and that's a fact. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000, and normandlegal.com. You mentioned how do you say cheers in Korean?
Kombe!
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 To Haesung Kim, because he should play more. That's next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For all things black and gold, tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts.
And on the ESPN LA app.
30 years ago, Wu-Tang Clan changed hip-hop forever. Now, it's time for the Final Chamber. Live in Los Angeles, Wu-Tang Clan, together, live on stage, the beginning of their final tour. Crypto.com Arena, June 22nd. With Run the Jewels. Get tickets now at WuTangClan.com. Wu-Tang Forever, the Final Chamber. Produced by AEG Presents.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to JourneyBuildersInc.com.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ, that's JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This just in. The NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I noticed today I never put YouTube up.
Okay.
Today it's up. What do you think my big surprise is? Not how great I look.
You do look great in it.
Brian, big surprise.
I'm looking at what you're wearing. Is it
Right.
something to do with your appearance?
No.
Oh.
I'm a huge hand talker.
Oh, you just
I
realized
go
that?
non-stop, hands and the chair is always moving. The mic is off and on. I mean, I'm like scattered in here. So it's actually it's at least interesting, I think, to look at. And by the way, if you're not watching us on YouTube, I expect 1,000 damn people on there right now. Go to YouTube/ESPN LA, and I want to see 1,000 people watching the Mason and Ireland show on YouTube.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
I think I know. Live?
That is is correct.
Yes.
This was a Greg Bergman suggestion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. This is a super uplifting song, by the way.
Where's my baggy jeans?
This is like, that's it. I quit.
Yes.
I'm out of here.
This is when dudes like that look like Jorge, the size of Jorge, would buy my jeans.
Oh.
Right. So I can't find jeans. They're all on him. You don't need those. Those are mine.
I would like to see Jorge in a pair of your jeans.
That's what I'm
that
saying.
That would be quite a look.
Take it back to the 90s, right there. There
Pants on the ground, pants on the ground.
What was that? Is that American Idol?
Yes.
Edition.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I saw the video he sent about the cooler and the Yeti cooler. It's interesting. $400 for a cooler, huh?
It's a lot.
It's
I'm
a
not,
lot.
I'm not going to pretend it's not.
If you
it's
see
a lot.
this video, you might be mad.
It's a lot. I can't make it.
It's professional grade.
It is.
There's professional something going on.
No, it's
great marketing.
No heat to anyone out there. I'm just saying.
I will tell you, my cousin is a professional fisherman. He only uses Yeti coolers.
Yeah. They're great. I don't look. I don't have one. I would love to have one.
Yes.
They're out of my price range.
You should send this out to the masses, man. You should send this out.
Yeah, but it's not like
Yeti
you
may
could
come for you, though.
It's not like you could open a business in your garage knocking these off.
What do you mean?
It's like I've always known this is the same cooler back in 1970 that you would buy in the liquor store that's made out of styrofoam.
Yeah.
But it's encased in plastic with a good seal. I can't do that.
So you don't need to see the video.
No, I know what it is. Because you see them every once in a while. You see one get like run over on the side of the road and it explodes.
Oh,
and I know what it's.
I read some of the comments and it did bring up a point. This goes back to the 999 and just the beer thing.
Yeah.
You're shocked. This is what he said. If you need a cooler to keep your beer cold longer than 2 days, you're drinking too slow. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay. Or you bought 4 cases of beer with you and you got to keep the ice so the ice doesn't melt for 5 days.
Yeah.
Right, we're putting new beer in it every couple of days, but I can't get more ice because I'm camping. I'm in the woods. I'm not trying to keep 5 cans of beer cold for 5 days. I'm trying to keep 70 cans of beer cold for 3 days.
There's no such thing as buying too much beer.
No.
And if we did, that means drink fast.
You know what the rule is. It's like ordering pizza.
There you go.
How much do you think you need? And then order
Buy
2 more.
There we go.
Hey, I think 4 will do it. Okay, get 6.
There you go. Right.
Because it's pizza. It's going to get eaten.
What's the last pizza always there left?
Depends on where we get.
Bing. Always.
Yeah.
Every single time the veggies
I don't mind veggie, but it's the last one I'm going for.
I don't mind veggie, but the veggie the next day sucks because
it gets watery.
The crust becomes dough.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. You have to eat it right now. Yes.
I made wings this weekend. My daughter Kelly loves wings.
Oh, he gets down with the wings. Let me tell you that.
I
making wings?
Oh, he gets down.
Oh, no
bro.
way. Okay, go ahead.
I got some game.
Preach. Let's go.
And so I made. I bought the big thing at Costco. So there's like 60 of them, right?
Yeah.
And I cooked half, and made 30 wings. It's just me and Kelly eating them. So we ate maybe half of them. Put the other half in the fridge. Put them back in the air fryer the next day. It's like they came out of the fryer instantly.
Really?
I'm telling you, French fries, wings. Marie Concept. I
Jorge,
made the Korean ones.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you have air fryer?
I do.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm still late to the party.
My Korean wings, I think you'd like this.
Are they like what's Korean about them?
It's it's a Korean barbecue style sauce.
Okay.
So it's soy sauce, it's honey, it's sesame oil, a little lime, and what else is in there? And brown sugar. It's good,
dude.
No, I got you. I was going to speak up for my Korean brethren.
Go ahead.
Where's the Korean part of that?
Because somebody Korean gave it to me.
Just call that Asian wings.
Okay,
yeah.
Asian. I was,
yeah.
If you want to get geographically specific, be my guest.
But I do know Korean barbecue Korean fried chicken is very.
Yeah, Korean
popular
fried chicken, yes,
Yeah.
But just there's one little ingredient you have to have in it to make it Korean.
Kimchi.
Nope, not kimchi.
What is it?
I can't even say it. It's like gochujang or something like that.
Oh, gochujang?
Yeah.
Gochujang. Thank you.
Yeah.
You have to have that in
We
there.
can put some of that in there.
Because I made the mistake of saying this to a Korean dude. This is like Korean barbecue, whatever. And he was like, "What's Korean about it?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
Now you're bullying me
I'm
several
not
years
bullying
later.
you. I'm just asking.
Weren't you the one saying yesterday that you dislike bullies? And look at what you just did
I am
to me.
sharing information like the cooler. I'm trying to help you out. See?
But also, the Yeti cooler, you buy once, you'll never have to buy it again.
Yeah.
It lasts
until your buddy or brother or dad or whoever borrows it, and it's like, where did my cooler go?
That's true. One or buy 10, and it all equals out to the same thing. Yeah.
got my cooler.
Hey, that
vault.
blue one's pretty nice. That blue one we have.
Yeah.
The one you hooked me up with.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That was a good one.
That is a good one.
I mean, it's small, but it's cool.
It's deceivingly small because the exterior is big, but the interior, the capacity is
like a 24-pack
okay.
max.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, max.
Yeah.
Max. All right. Hae-Sung Kim.
Yeah.
Can't hit left-handers, air quotes.
Yet.
Right. You know what he's done against left-handed pitching this year? He's 3 for 3 with a double, a home run, and a single. Can we play him against left-handers until we're certain he can't hit left-handers?
Leave him out there.
Yeah.
Leave him out there. Leave him out there.
Yes.
Resist the urge to pull him and just let him get his at-bats against everyone.
I know that the Dodgers are like they're ahead of the curve when it comes to analytics and matchups and all that stuff.
They like to tinker.
That's well said.
Yes.
They like to do that. Guys, you got your lineup. You've got it. It's Freeman.
Yep.
It's Kim or Edman. It's Mookie. It's Muncy. It's Pajes. It's Kim or Edman, and it's Teoscar Hernandez.
Those are your guys.
Those are your 8 guys, and
Yes.
Smith catching.
Okay.
Those are your 8 guys.
I totally agree.
And I like.
I
like
I'd
Kim at
sink or swim
second.
with that too.
I like Kim at second
Yes.
a little more than I like him in center field, and I like Edman a little more in center field than I do Kim.
Okay.
Because Kim's learning the outfield.
That's our only disagreement. I love him at second base only.
Oh, you don't like him in the outfield?
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love him at second base. It
Yeah.
seems like he was born to do it. And he's perfect for this
Dude,
team.
he gets on base.
Yes, that's it. I don't know why they tinker with that.
Oral made a great point last night with the lineup the Dodgers were using. That the way that it's, because I was advocating last week or whatever, like maybe you flip-flop Mookie and Shohei just to see if you can get, and Mookie's gotten going a little more, so it's kind of taking care of itself. It's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
But the idea of, like, Shohei's got like 23 home runs and 39 RBI. Okay, that rate, 23 home runs, you should have a little bit more than that.
You should get more out of him.
Theoretically, yeah. But with Kim and Edman hitting in front of him in 8-9 the way they did last night, that's like having 2 leadoff guys in front of him anyway. Those guys get on base a lot.
What was the other thing I heard? Last night, Will Smith has more ABs with runners in scoring position than anyone in baseball. Is that true?
Well, think about it.
I
Sure.
guess you're right. Yeah,
Think about it. Think about who hits in front of it.
They're always on base. You're exactly
Freeman
right.
and Otani and Betts and Teoscar Hernandez, those guys get on base a lot.
That's a great job if you can get it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No,
Look at
he's-
this guy's
he's
hair
cleaning
on
up.
Channel 7. Look at that hair of the
Little sideshow Bob there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
DeMarco, did you ever have hair like that? It's like a sideshow Bob.
I think I cut mine the same time Michael Jackson went to the Jerry curl. I did. Like before that, everybody had the Michael Jackson fro.
Right.
It was perfect. And when he went to the curl, I think I cut my hair because I wasn't going Jerry curl. Yeah. What happened to your mic there?
It just decided to do a 180 and spin around to the other
Is
side.
that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. What was the what's your version of a Jerry curl?
White
What's
person?
your
A perm.
version?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Your version.
You know what I meant.
A perm.
You're not getting Jerry curls, right?
Well,
So
I
what-
would. I don't have
You
the hair
can't get
for
a
it.
Jerry curl.
I don't have the hair for
perm.
it anymore, but
The perm was.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever have a perm phase? You did have a perm?
no.
No,
Do you
you
think
just-
Travis was rocking like one of those classic Art Garfunkel
Well, it was
perms?
either yes because everybody
Mr.
did it, or
Brady.
hell no,
Yeah,
DeMarco,
exactly.
you know me. Right.
No.
No?
I have had 2 haircuts in my life. This one and the one I had in high school.
like
right?
Cappy.
That's it.
Cappy has said he had the Jewish afro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My hair is very thin and very straight, and it does nothing but fall straight down. So it's always been either combed to the side or pulled straight back.
Is there one style that just took over everyone?
For
The
white
I guess it
people?
was the perm. Yeah. Perm and feathering.
Feathering was a thing in the
Feathering was a
70s
thing.
and 80s.
Yes, I kept hearing that.
Yeah.
I didn't
but
know
you
what
gotta
that
have a
meant.
center part
mullets.
to feather.
There were
Mullets,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Mullets kind of went out, came back.
Never did a mullet.
Never did a mullet. Okay, never.
Dude,
And now they're back again.
this and high school. That's it. When I started
Okay.
losing my hair,
I believe
straight
that.
back,
Yeah.
high school to the side.
How
Yeah,
many
no,
times
he
did you-
had a very strong part back in the day when I first
did.
met him. Yeah, it was a strong part.
Yeah, I had a lot of hair then.
Yeah, you did.
Did you? How many times have you changed your look?
I don't even know what that means, but
Your beard, no
Chris,
beard,
how long
hair.
oh, I grew a
long
beard
hair.
in 2017.
How long have
Okay.
you and I known each other? Since 97?
No. 2002.
2002?
Yeah,
Since I've known him, his look has not.
but I didn't have a
Oh,
beard
okay.
back then.
The beard you've grown out, but his suits,
You found
his,
your
his
look and stayed
general,
with it.
his general
Okay.
vibe has been the same.
Yeah.
Okay. You can improve your look, like change, like get your teeth clean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I've done that.
people that keep changing their look, I worry about them. Like you were one way, now you're this way. Now you got this. Now you got that. You know,
You're
what are you trying to
searching
do?
for something.
A little bit, right? Changing yourself.
Well, like
Or-
Jorge used to have more hair back, but he would let it grow out. And that was a safer Jorge back then.
Shut up.
Remember when you shaved your head and I was like, whoa, what are you doing? And Keyshawn was like, whoa, what is this?
You went bald?
Yeah.
I went bald, yeah.
He came in shaved one day. I was like, whoa, you can't work on the morning show like this.
Why?
You have hair.
I do have hair.
Then why go bald?
Because it's summer. I'm fresh. I mean,
I'm on the same page.
Motorcycle helmet hair. Like it's easier.
Okay, functional. I got you. Making sense.
Yeah.
Those of us without hair do not cut our hair off.
That's what I'm saying. If you have hair, you want to stay with it.
Kind
right.
of hold on to it as long as you can.
That is kind of mean.
Let's talk about some of those breaks that the Dodgers got, including pretty nice little call. By the way, I love that camera angle where Manny was barking in the guy's face.
Great.
That was terrific.
Can we keep doing that? Yeah.
Also, listen all this week to this show, the Trav and DeMarco Show, for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Islands Restaurants. Call 877-710-ESPN. That number, 877-710-3776. Call right now. And caller number 7, you will win a $100 gift card to Islands. Make sure to try their new $10 protein bowls, available only for a limited time. Listen all this week, 9 to noon on 710 ESPN. More to come. Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Post Malone presents the Big Ass Stadium Tour. 9-time Diamond Certified and 16-time Grammy Award nominated phenomenon, Post Malone. His biggest headline tour, live at SoFi Stadium June 19th. Global superstar Post Malone with Jelly Roll and special guests Wyatt Flores and Chandler Walters. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Do you know a high school senior who's a true all-star on the field, in the classroom, and in the community? ESPN LA, along with Rotolo Chevrolet and Composio Buick GMC, is proud to present the All-Star Student Program. We're honoring 5 incredible seniors with a $500 scholarship and an exclusive VIP experience at ESPN LA's All-Star Friday night. Nominate your standout student today at ESPNLA.com. ESPN LA All-Star Student, brought to you by Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region once again. Come see what all the fun is about.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
'Cause there's you and me and all other people.
Oh, this is Lifehouse. Oh, I used to cry in the steam room of a gym at Sherman Oaks, right where we used to work, Travis. In 2006, after a breakup, I'd go work out at like 1 a.m.
Where was the gym?
At the 24-hour fitness across the street in Sherman Oaks at the mall.
Yeah.
Because I would do 2 workouts back then. I mean, I looked a lot different. I was younger.
Yeah.
But I would go cry after, because I would work out with a couple of my assistants, and then I'd be like, okay, guys, see you tomorrow at work. But they thought I was leaving. I wasn't. I was going to the steam room with my iPod Shuffle.
Oh.
And this was bringing it out of you?
Oh, and I would listen to this and just cry. Pot it up.
Who's
this?
Lifehouse.
Didn't we
Not Firehouse. Yeah, I'm.
And
I don't know
Lifehouse.
why we repeated our.
Lifehouse definitely had CCM songs too, contemporary Christian music. I don't know if they were a Christian band, but they had crossover hits.
What color was your iPod Shuffle?
I had a green one, and then I had just the regular original chrome one.
Was the Shuffle the square one, the little shorter one?
I had
a clip.
I feel like I had them all. Yeah, I had the clip one. I had
What
the
was
one that was like the square.
Yeah.
The original one, and then I had
The
that
Nano
one.
Video.
Yeah.
I washed mine.
That was
I
that?
forgot to take it out of my pocket.
Then I got the one that you could swim with, because then I got into like swimming at the gym.
You could swim with it?
They had one, or maybe it was a case
Right
that you
before
put
I
on.
would
iPhones
say,
came out.
like, generally, there's no good way to listen to music in the water. Like, people have been like, oh, you can get the bone-conducting ones. They don't work.
No
Nothing
way.
ever works swimming in the
Nope.
music in the water.
I love music, but I don't need it underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it while
Yeah,
I'm
but
swimming.
it would get me ramped up.
Well, I mean, you can play
I
it.
just
come up
play
for air.
in my own head,
Yeah.
Pump It by Black Eyed Peas over and over again.
There you go.
Is that your,
Hey,
your
what's the song
power
that gets-
song?
Yeah, it is.
What's the one that gets
That's-
Ireland going?
I would not have guessed that for you.
Oh, the
No,
Pretenders. Oh, my God.
If I had the, if
Oh,
I
in
did,
Ireland? Yeah.
if I did cryotherapy, mine would be Pump It by Black Eyed Peas.
Have you ever cryoed?
No. I've cried, but not cryo.
Cryo.
I think I want to
Frozen.
try that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
I think I want to try that.
Lifehouse 2000. They were popular then. Okay. They're not considered grunge.
Did that
What?
sound like grunge?
A little bit, actually. That's what I'm looking them up. So their first band started in 95. And then they went to Lifehouse, changed after 2000. So they got some grunge in there. Jeez, you're a snob. Stop it.
Let's play some Sly Stone next. Let's play some Sly and the Family Stone. A little family affair.
Sure. What
I
are you
was
looking
telling
at me
Jorge.
for?
I was telling Jorge.
Oh, where is he?
He's looking at music.
No, we're gonna play Pump It by
No.
the Black Eyed Peas next.
While we look for that, if you know a high school senior who's a leader, scholar, and an athlete, you can nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student Award presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. There are 5 winners. Each of them will receive a $500 scholarship, VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday event. So nominate your All-Star student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region in California, 13 years in a row. Come see what all the fun is about. So
Yeah, Kim got a hit. He's batting 400
Yeah.
right now.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
okay.
he gets a hit every game.
Leave him in. Yes.
His on base percentage is over 400. He's been terrific since he was supposed to be a temporary solution until guys started to get healthy again, and he played too well. They couldn't send him back down. He's been great. He's been good since he's gotten here.
I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, like you said, I agree. I think this is actually your lineup. I would like to move around Ohtani if possible, as long as I don't ruin the magic.
Yeah, I mean that's always part of. You don't want to ruin.
But you have to be. You can't be afraid not to ruin that
Well,
because you make it something better.
That's not why you don't move him out of the one hole. The reason you leave it the one hole is it's where the most at-bats are.
Fair.
The
right.
reason you leave him at 1 is because that at-bats, over the course of a season, he's going to get about 15 more than Mookie, who's going to get 15 more than Freddie.
I want him up more than anyone, but if
Yeah.
I can get more RBI out of him by moving him, why wouldn't you? Especially when your pitching staff is, you may have to outscore people.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how yesterday they got a little bit lucky. They had not 1, not 2, but like 3 things really go their way in the last couple innings. That left fielder for the Padres, it wasn't Cronin where there's Morehouse or something like that. That was as bad of a route as you're going to see to a ball in Major League Baseball. The one Pajas hit over his head.
I'm glad you said that.
Oh, my God.
Was it a bad route or it got
Horrible.
on him? It got on him quick,
No.
though.
So there's a Little League thing you teach your kids. C's, not L's. Okay? We go to the ball in the shape of a C.
Yeah.
If you're making L's, you're doing it wrong, and that dude made an L.
Okay.
It's as simple. You don't go like this. You
I think we said
round
banana
it up.
route. Yeah, okay, that
Banana
makes sense.
routes. C's,
Yeah.
not L's.
Okay, it still got him quick.
You could see it on his face. You could see it on. That's a ball that 100% has to be caught.
It needs to be caught.
It needs to be. At worst, it is a ball in front of you because you misread it. The boy, you can't nothing over your head in that situation, right? That's the rule. So he tanks that. Dodgers get a little lucky there. What happens right after? Edman hits a ball that hits the bag.
Right.
That doesn't
ricochets.
It's probably a hit.
Yeah.
But it's not a run scoring hit.
It's guaranteed. That's got to be a hit. That's right up. That's going to get through, right?
No, I think the shortstop probably gets it, but he's not going to throw Edman out.
I saw him make the attempt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But the second it hits a bag, the run comes in. It's all good there.
Yeah.
Then you get the call on Machado. That was
man.
Yikes, man!
Come
and
on,
it was
bro.
great because it was Machado, and Machado got all hot and bothered. It was terrific.
It caught the whisper of the corner, maybe, and it was up. And it was up.
That's the part, DeMarco. That it not just was a ball because it was outside. It was a ball because it was outside. It was a ball because it was high. It was a ball because it was high and outside.
And oh my god!
And that's why he got so mad.
I would love to hear what he really said in that moment.
I can tell you. Are you effing kidding me?
Okay,
you
good.
can't be this effing bad. This is too effing important. You need to wake the F up.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what he said
Oh.
in so many words.
That's a hard punch out there. Come on.
I love that the umpire had the camera on his mask last night, and when Machado, all you could see was the San Diego logo of his helmet.
Right
it was
there.
terrific.
More of that, please.
That
Yes.
it's a good break.
Luck favors the well-prepared.
What do you think you get tonight?
You know what? I would bet the Padres. They wanted to win that game. You could tell by the way he managed that he was really trying. It was a playoff atmosphere.
It was.
And they didn't get the win. So I would expect the same intensity. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to bring it twice.
I do not think, for whatever reason, I don't think you're going to get another game like last night. Felt like a playoff game.
Right.
Those don't come around very often.
And it's over, you lost.
Yeah,
you
Dodgers have a bullpen game today.
Right.
So they're going to have a new pitcher in there every other inning or every inning. I think it's going to be one of those. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it, but it's not going to have that buzz.
Tonight, okay, win the series, though. Because when's the last time you won a series?
The Dodgers?
Yes. Cardinals, no. Mets.
They beat the Yankees.
They beat
they
the Yankees.
They split with the Mets and beat the Yankees.
It's time to start getting that trend going again, not losing series.
Yeah.
And you're almost through this winning team stretch here.
Not really.
Who's coming next?
The Giants, who are a game behind, and then you get the Padres again, and then you get the Diamondbacks after that.
Giants take care of itself. It's a rivalry. Padres will bring the heat, so you bring the same heat there. I think they're doing okay. We talked about this stretch and what it would look like after.
They're about 500 through this
They're
stretch.
about
I think
500.
they're one game over.
Which ain't horrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick it. I'd like to be something better, but it ain't horrible. It's not going the other way. It's not trending down.
I want to get emotional about it. They're playing with. They're not using their best guys on the mound. They're unavailable. They're one of their guys that I can, assuming health, that is going to pitch in the postseason is pitching for him right now. It's Yamamoto. That's it.
So I keep saying, isn't Show going to pitch right now?
Yeah, but he's not pitching right now.
I know.
Yeah. That Yamamoto's the only guy that pitches now, then, and down the line. Snell will be there. Glasnow, we'll see. Ohtani will be there.
Oh, Show. You really call him Show?
And Kershaw.
Kershaw?
And
Good
Kershaw.
luck.
Kershaw's going to be there. You know he's going to be there.
Let me tell you what was so beautiful. The Mets game. When he was in the dugout with his head down again. Oh, and everybody's like, it was a good outing. I mean, he only gave up 4 runs. Actually, 5. That 5th was charged to him, I believe.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to remember the Mets game. I don't remember.
Yeah, his head down. Oh, yeah.
I think when they blew it for Kirsch. That's what he's talking
Will you
about.
stop with the Shows and the Kirsch?
Shows in the Kirsch?
But he did do the double
you want me to say
over.
the names? They blew it for Kershaw. There. Remember that one?
No, I don't.
You don't?
Yeah. He
You're
had a
our
good outing.
You're our Dodger guy.
It was a couple games ago. It was a good outing, and they ruined it. And
I have a blank spot
Yeah,
for
they
that one.
wasted 5 innings.
He's not part of the plan. He's
Yeah.
part of the now. He's not part of the plan. The plan is in the doctor's office. The plan is in the PT.
This is true.
The plan is in wherever it is these guys go to get their treatments.
I hope it's the plan.
Show.
So we can't say Show and Kirsch? That's
You can
bad?
do whatever you want.
It's like when our old friend Alan Slewa used to say Braun.
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
It was
Yeah.
on June 3rd.
So
and
think
they
about that.
lost
That's the one.
4-3.
Every time you want to say Show, think about
Okay.
when Slewa would say Braun.
I'll
and
say Kershaw.
Travis and I would look at him like, I didn't know. Did you go to high school with the guy?
Wait, you guys were born down here. Why is SoCal bad? Just in a nutshell.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
Okay, some people hate it.
I mean, I say Southland more than SoCal, but it's not. It's
And
not.
then San Francisco people don't like San Fran.
Well, no, you
They
can't.
don't like
I'm from there.
Frisco.
No, they don't like
mind.
Frisco.
Yeah.
You just say the city
It's
or the
okay.
Bay.
I don't know where
SF.
that came from. I've never heard that before. Don't say Frisco. Don't say San Fran.
Yeah.
It's kind of people look at you side eyes there. I dated a San
I
Francisco
guess it
girl
means
up.
you're not from there
I
because
think
no one
it's a
says
tell. It's a
You
tell.
just
Okay.
say the city
Yeah.
Yeah,
because they think
that's
it's just the city.
Right. Okay. I didn't know SoCal was a bad
But
thing.
now
don't
the
think it
city's
is. Okay.
city's not a great place, so nobody calls it the city anymore.
Nobody.
Place you don't.
It's the Bay Area.
It's you know what it is?
At least it used to
San
be.
Francisco.
It's a place where it's a place where bar soap is locked up.
Oh my God! Wow.
Well, it's also
Stop! Come on. What are you looking at me for?
Hey,
Come
Show.
on.
Hey, Show.
Come on. Hit the dad button again. Come on.
For sure.
There you go. For sure.
Faux show.
For
Faux show.
Kirsch. Wow.
How long do you carry a grudge?
Forever.
Oh, then you're going to like this next one. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next Gen. You know Next Gen for their incredible air conditioning, and heating services. But did you know that they do plumbing as well? So if you're in the garage, you're in the house, you notice leaks around the house, clogged drains that won't empty the way that they're supposed to. Next Gen can help with plumbing problems, large and small. And for a limited time, Next Gen right now is offering you, the ESPN LA listener, a drain cleaning for just $88. You can't do better than that. Their expert technicians are going to work to clear even the toughest clogs. Plus, they can check your pipes for any other signs of damage to make sure you don't have any bigger issues going on as well. Slab leak repairs, clogged drains, water filtration, and everything in between. Trust Next Gen for expert plumbing services and high-quality work. They've been out to my house for plumbing issues. They've been out to my house for air conditioning issues. They're on top of all of this. And, of course, they got everything you need. They got financing options. They got 5-star service. They'll come out 7 days a week. So don't wait. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN to schedule your $88 drain cleaning today.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? Just 9 miles from downtown LA and near the 710 freeway, it's completely reimagined with new ownership, renovations, and upgraded amenities. We're also home to California's largest card room jackpot ever, $3.7 million. New players score $30 in match play when they say, Cappy sent me. Park West Bicycle Casino. Come see what everyone's talking about.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GGR 00291. GAR 00292. PSI is license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. ESPN LA 710 and Children's Dental Fun Zone present the T-Ball Tee-Off, part of ESPN LA's All-Star Friday Night, happening Friday, July 11th at West Covina Sportsplex. From 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., kids ages 7 to 12 will take the field to showcase their big swings. Meet ESPN LA talent, win prizes, and enjoy a morning of fun. Limited spots are available. Sign up now at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone. Sparkling smiles, happy kids.
Hey, it's Mace. In tough times, a lot of people find themselves owing money to the IRS. It can really weigh you down, and you're confused about the right way to handle it. And all those scary ads on the radio about the IRS, they don't help. Tax relief advocates want you to relax, knowing that whether you owe $5,000, $50,000, $500,000 in tax debt, you don't have to fear the IRS another day. TRA has a proven 3-step tax resolution process, plus they're experts at working with special programs available from the IRS to help taxpayers get back on track. Easy to see why they have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you owe money to the IRS and feel trapped, don't lose hope. Tax relief advocates could reduce or even eliminate your debt. End your tax nightmare today. Simply visit TRA.com or call 800-575-1482. That's 800-575-1482. Again, 800-575-1482.
The peace lily is so last year. Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Find what you love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Wow, right out of the gate.
You know what that is. It's time.
Who's got it?
For Last Man Standing. And Travis doesn't have his headphones on.
Oh.
So he can't hear it.
Trav,
I heard it. I was having to add up my laptop because it's on a couple of different pages, so I needed to put it all on one list.
Carry the floor.
This kind of goes back with one of the things we were just talking about. I ran across the list of the 10 most expensive cities in the world to live.
10 most expensive cities.
10 most expensive cities in the world to live. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are American cities.
Okay.
Okay?
That's what we're going over?
The 10 most expensive cities to live in the world.
Okay.
According to, this is from Avia Nation 2, something like that.
And we have 4 in the U.S.
4 American
4
cities
here.
are on this list.
All right.
We'll start with you, DeMarco.
New York.
New York is number 1 overall, the most expensive city to live in the world. Emily.
I'm going to go SF.
San Francisco is number 2 on the list. Jorge.
Miami.
Miami is not on the list, so you are out on the first round. Chris,
Yeah,
would you like to play?
No.
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 Okay. DeMarco.
Creed. Oh, I'm sorry. Paris.
Paris is number 7 on the
okay.
list. You're still alive. Emily.
London.
London is number 6 on the list.
Beverly Hills.
I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
Wait, no.
I'm going to give it to you. It's Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
L.A.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills. Same
Yeah.
thing. All right.
Number 5 on the list.
How many do we have left?
There are 5 left. One of them is an American city.
The last American city. I think I might try to avoid that one, so I'm going to try to guess somewhere else. And is it by like per capita, like how much of their people's like money is used to their like rent, or like cost of living is just the thing?
Each city attracting, entertaining the world is one. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it here.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. These are the 10 richest cities in the world.
10 richest cities, people that
Yeah.
have the most money.
Yes.
Okay.
This website is a little janky.
Okay.
Tomorrow win.
Monaco is my guess. Monaco.
Monaco is not on the
Okay,
list.
Not on
I
the
do
list.
know that the people that live in
A lot of
Monaco
money.
have like they can't afford to live there, and it's a whole thing because they're priced out by the people that have boats and stuff.
So the last American city on the list, DeMarco, you win.
Oh, I won. Okay.
You win. Yeah.
I was going to go Lake Como, but it's not there.
It's not there.
It's not there. Okay, go ahead.
The last American city is Chicago.
Oh, should I
Which-
tell
Okay, that's kind of BS because the cost of living there is actually very low. Like to get
Remember
to
my
rent an
number 1
apartment
draft
there,
pick last week?
it's
Yes.
like
Telling
$400
people that
for
they're
an
wrong.
apartment.
Remember that one?
So funny you telling me that as she's talking.
Because I was going to say Chicago.
Just to recap the day, she blew my head off in segment 1 for being old, which was my second draft pick, and then she likes to tell
Well, you
people
are kind of
that
old.
they're wrong.
All
But
in
again,
one day.
that is, I would say Dallas is probably more expensive than Chicago.
Not
Chicago's
according
not that
to
expensive.
this one by Sakshi Shin says no.
Okay,
What's
so
the
I
list?
think that
What's
it's a
the
thing
list?
of who has the most money.
New York number 1, San Francisco number 2, Tokyo is number 3.
Tokyo. Okay.
Shut
Singapore is number 4. Los Angeles 5, London 6, Paris 7. You got here are the 3 that was Chicago is 10. The 2 you didn't get in the 8 and 9, Hong Kong and Sydney.
Okay.
Yes.
Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
I thought about Australia for a second, but
Oh.
yeah.
Thank you for giving me the call. Thank you for.
well, that's
it was
close
high
enough.
and outside, but you gave it to
It
me
was-
anyway. There you go.
I was the
It's
umpire.
fine. I have problem with its measurements, but it's fine.
Nice. Interesting.
I'm more and more pleased with my draft from the other day when we get a moment
Oh
like
my God.
that. Yes. Go ahead, Chris.
I for once don't have anything.
What?
Yeah, that one kind of took me out.
What do you mean?
It's kind of drained me a little bit.
Hey, Chris, how long do you hold a grudge?
Reset it.
Oh, how long do I hold a grudge?
Yeah.
Travis, you want to go ahead on that one? How
No.
long do I hold a grudge?
No. I'm drained by this one.
You're drained by that one?
A pretty long time. Pretty long time. I don't forget very easily. Right, Jorge? You know that.
Sure.
I mean, you know. So, yeah. Why? I think, Emily, though, you might have me beat on holding a grudge.
Oh, yeah, I can hold a grudge. Shout out Jay Koppel. But,
Because I think if somebody
Jay Koppel.
comes to me and says, like, hey, what the F? What's your problem? I'll be like, okay, let's sit down.
You'll hash it
You
out.
can squash it. Yeah.
I've squashed
He'll
a
hash
lot
it
of
out.
grudges I've had and grudges people have had with me.
Yeah, you can squash them. But if they're
Like
unresolved.
Kurt Morrison and I had a bit of a grudge.
Over. Can't say? Okay.
I mean, I can, but
Kurt?
that's
Really?
not nice.
Okay. Nice dude.
but the reason we're bringing up grudges
Did he
is
steal
because
your food?
What?
No? Did
Well,
he
what?
steal food from you or something?
Not that I
Oh.
remember, no.
So we're talking about grudges because Magic Johnson wants to squash the grudge between
Oh.
Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan, and says that we're too old for this. Do you guys think
He
that
wants
this is
to
something that's
broker a
worth
Is
it?
this Magic just trying to get his name in the same sentence as Michael Jordan?
He says, I hope that both of them can bury the hatchet and move on because we're too old for this right now.
He's right.
If they both sat down and just aired this thing out, both guys would be able to move on with their lives, and they would say, hey, let's just be friends because life is too short.
I think Jordan has moved on with his life. I don't think Isaiah has.
Yeah, Isaiah hasn't because Isaiah was always an a-hole.
Yes.
Everybody hated Isaiah and hated the Pistons. And Michael Jordan is kind of like, yeah, whatever, dude, I don't care.
I can remember at least 6 or 7 things Isaiah has said about Jordan. I don't remember
the only person ever bringing up the grudge is Isaiah.
That's it. Right.
And then Magic's bringing it up because he used to be tight with Isaiah. Maybe they still are. And again, Magic, let it go, dude.
It seems like Jordan is dismissive of Isaiah's
Jordan's
talent.
dismissive of everyone because that's who Michael Jordan is.
And I would choose Jordan over Isaiah any day of the week.
Everybody would. I would choose Magic over Isaiah.
Of course.
As far as basketball player?
As far as basketball
nobody's
player.
arguing that.
Yeah.
This is stupid. Magic is right. This is a stupid grudge that has grown
I don't think
legs.
is it a grudge when it's one-sided?
But yeah, because think
Jordan's
about the
in
Last
this
Dance.
too, yeah.
Think about the Last Dance where Jordan went out of his way to pile on him all over again.
A little bit.
And therefore, I'm not saying
But isn't that what we all wanted
Jordan
to see?
occupies the same amount of space that Isaiah occupies in Jordan's mind. I think Isaiah is on the wrong side of this, but I don't think it's 100-0. This all goes back because Michael didn't get the ball passed to him in an All-Star game 100 million years ago. That's stupid.
Well, I thought it goes back when the Pistons walked off the court.
I understand, and that was stupid.
That would make me mad, too.
I understand that. I'm not saying it shouldn't have made him mad. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be something to be angry about in the moment or even carry around for a little while or even a score to settle by when he got high hand later on, say, oh, yeah, you think that? We'll watch this on the Dream Team. It's 40 years ago.
Well, yeah, I don't think, them coming together is going to do anything to change anything in basketball.
No.
Outside of a photo op or whatever, or some sort of documentary.
But again, Isaiah needs that a lot more than Jordan needs that.
It's not going to end in Biggie and Tupac either. No one cares. It's 40 years ago.
No, but I see what Magic is trying to be a ambassador for his era and trying to make peace with all the warring factions,
Okay.
if I'm reading this right.
The old heads are under attack from the younger guys. Like, they don't talk about the game in a positive light, so I get it. Maybe burying this...
If you're Magic specifically, Magic has a foot in both camps. Magic is close with both of these guys. He's probably one of the few people that's allowed to travel back and forth between the two factions and not have it be held against him by the other guy.
He's Magic.
Right, because he's Magic. And he's like, this is dumb. Bring the whole thing. And it is dumb. I'm not saying that it didn't start with something that would be bothersome, a nuisance, annoying, stupid.
Yeah.
But to have it go 40 years with somebody that theoretically you should have a relationship with over something like that seems stupid.
It would blow my mind if Michael Jordan decided to condescend to apologize.
It can't start with Michael because he's never going to do that.
That's what it would shock me if he did. If he was the first one to say, I am sorry, Isaiah, that would shock me.
Michael will. That's Michael's deal. Michael has to, air quote, win.
Of course. Yeah, that would be something different. I don't know how Isaiah wins this. Maybe he says something positive or extends the olive branch.
The way Isaiah wins it is by being the first to say something, and then the relationship starts to develop, and then Jordan allows him to participate in whatever is coming up next, whatever the history of the NBA, whatever the next doc is, whatever the next moment is, he might say his name and put him on a list.
Magic kind of feels like Donnie Nelson, that same convo we had yesterday with the shoes. It's like, dude, let it go. I mean, we wouldn't have thought about it if you didn't bring it up.
If it were something this minor in the grand scheme of things, would you carry it for 40 years?
There are some things I won't forget.
What else does Isaiah have? He's been run out of every other job.
Yeah.
And he helped doing that. Yeah.
I mean, he's got.
I'm not saying that they both don't have some equity in this being stupid.
Right.
But I'm just saying that this is.
I would say it's more stupid on his side.
40 years of what are we arguing about now?
I know, but there are some playing grudges, and I would squash it if I actually talked to the dude. But there's some dudes I'm going to hate for life unless we squash it for what you did.
But here's the thing about the Dream Team thing specifically.
Yeah.
If it's true, and we guess that it is, Jordan didn't want Isaiah on the Dream Team. He wasn't on the Dream Team. None of the other guys on that team said, whoa, if there's no Isaiah, I ain't playing.
Not with Magic, or not with Jordan.
Of course not.
With how Isaiah was playing. Detroit
and none of them have since come out, including Magic, and said, hey, I made a mistake. Isaiah should have been on that team.
Because they're afraid of crossing Michael.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or they just don't like Isaiah.
They also don't like Isaiah that much.
That's
I know Magic and him used to do the bit where they kissed each other on the cheek.
It could be both.
Nobody liked Isaiah.
This is not an Isaiah is a good guy take. This is a stupid disagreement take.
Again, I don't think it's a grudge that goes both ways. I think it's Isaiah bringing it up, and Michael Jordan had
You
a
don't
lot
think
of
Mike
grudges.
has a judge against Isaiah Thomas?
I think Michael Jordan has 1,000 grudges. I just think that's who he was and who he is.
I think he did and satisfied it with the Last Dance.
Exactly.
I took
He
that
won.
personally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He won. He's Kendrick.
So Gary Payton said, "Oh, I had that one good game," and Michael Jordan looked at the iPad and made the face that became a meme and said, "I wasn't afraid of the glove." I don't think that means he dislikes Gary Payton. It's just nobody is in Jordan's universe, in Jordan's mind.
That's true.
And that's it, period. LeBron
Except for-
James could win 100 titles. He's never going to be Michael Jordan in Michael Jordan's
I agree with
universe.
that.
You know?
No, Michael sees the world a very specific way.
And I do believe he's doing this NBC thing. It's like, what is it, 20 million, 40?
It's a
He
lot.
doesn't need the money. It's so he can do, because we're all going to pay attention to it, and we're all going to be waiting for him to take those little jabs. And he will, because that's on brand, and that's what he wants to do.
I hope
and that's
so.
what we want him to do.
I hope
we
he
don't,
takes the
like,
little
remember when
jabs.
Kobe did the details thing for
Yeah.
ESPN Plus? It was really insightful, but it was kind of dry.
It's basketball.
Right. Nobody wants Jordan to do that.
No, they
we
want to
want
make it
Jordan
personal.
to take those swings and
Same
those
thing
jabs.
you said about Brady.
Yeah.
We want the real stuff.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
break it down.
But-
Tell us how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah, be
When
a
Brady
little
did
petty.
Dynasty, we didn't need him to break down the plays. We wanted him to
you
take
want
those
petty.
jabs.
You want this guy can't do this, and this is always the thing that I did.
Right.
That's
right.
what it is.
Have some stones.
And
throw
that's
it there.
why MJ wanted to get paid twice as much as Charles Barkley.
Right.
And that
That's
might have
petty
been
too.
part of the negotiation.
That is petty too.
It's true. and Jordan never had the fall to the public like Tiger did, where Tiger had to come back and sort of not be Tiger anymore, or else nobody was going to accept him. Jordan, maybe in a different world, would have had that fall because we would have known more of what went on, but he never had that. So he doesn't have to change who he is. He can be.
I don't think he could.
Jordan, the a-hole.
Change
Jordan,
from
the
being Air
competitor.
Jordan?
No.
Why would you?
No.
You're
Like
the king.
Even
Yeah.
if he came along 20 years later, and was in the middle of the social media, TMZ, the whole thing
Where you had to
they're-
force him to make a statement.
where if you're doing something, we're going to find
Well,
out.
he didn't need a second chapter. Obviously, he came back from the baseball. That was sort of the second chapter, but he didn't need to be different. Even Kobe had to kind of create a post-career after he retired because Kobe had some stuff. But he was
Jordan-
able to do that.
Jordan got
doesn't
out
need to.
before we really
Right.
dug in on that in a meaningful way.
And there's no doubt there was plenty to dig in.
Of course there was.
There was plenty.
There still probably is.
Yes.
It's just that no one really wants to know with him. It's like, what's the point of it all?
Most people in this room are happy we didn't have camera phones
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the day.
Oh, yeah.
In
And-
that same era.
And most of us
None
weren't
of us
that
would be
rich
here.
and famous and powerful and
right. None of us would
hungry,
be here
for
right now.
lack of a better word. Join Mason and Alan, Sedano and Cap coming up Wednesday, June 11th. That would be tomorrow for a live broadcast and an LAV San Diego watch party starting at noon at Islands in West Covina. We'll be talking baseball, repping LA Pride and soaking up the SoCal vibes, all from the Islands in West Covina. That's 139 Barranca Avenue. LA takes on South, and we will be enjoying great food and cold drinks all afternoon long. That's Wednesday, tomorrow, the 11th, at Islands Restaurant, fine burgers and drinks. Big city or good team, DeMarco? That's next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland.
I'm going to give you a cockamamie. People still using the word cockamamie?
You are. Why not?
I'm bringing it back. Cockamamie.
Okay.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
USC football is more than a game. It's tradition, pride, and unforgettable Saturdays in the Coliseum. Be there for every kickoff, every touchdown, and every unforgettable moment this season. Secure your football season tickets today and lock in the best seats, exclusive fan benefits, and memories that last a lifetime. Don't miss out. We need you in the stands. Visit USCTrojans.com or call 213-740-GO-SC.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's a family affair.
11:37 on a live imaging Tuesday on the Travis and DeMarco Show. R.I.P. Sly Stone. There you go. Little Sly and the Family Stone. Oh. Producer Lindsay said there's a new doc about Sly Stone.
Is it really? I saw
She's
that.
your go-to documentarian review.
And then Producer M tells me about shows in which Producer Emily texted me last week. I forgot which evening about
Stick.
I almost said Snitch, but that's also the Travis Rogers documentary. Anyway,
Wow.
Stick on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, the correct way to say it.
Not Apple Plus TV. Why are you making that face? You can't, I don't like when you make the sad face because then I think I went too.
Hilarious.
Then I think I went too far.
Well, I'm not a snitch.
Hit it. So let's talk about Stick, starring Owen Wilson. So here's my thing: when the show starts, he's basically working at. It wasn't like a Roger Dunn, but it would be a nicer, like a more.
It's on the course.
Yeah, it would be something
The
a little
golf
higher
shop?
level.
Yeah, okay.
But here's the thing: so at first I go, okay, this is a guy who was really good, maybe in college, but never made it. Then as the episode goes on, you find out no, he was actually a really big deal. Played in a Masters, did all that. So you got to kind of take yourself out of golf reality, which is the golf reality is if he was actually a player that played in the Masters and had newspaper articles about him, he would have he would be making a 7-figure life because he would be running, he would be a professional at a very high-end country club and would be teaching at probably $500 an hour.
And I haven't seen the show yet. But what if he was what you described? He played at the highest levels, but had like a breakdown where he was a degenerate drug.
So he is a degenerate.
Scandal, like inappropriate scandal.
But here's
stuff.
the thing: he wasn't. I don't know if he had scandal. I guess we'll figure that out. But he's a degenerate. But he keeps it together to go to work.
Okay. And he spent all his money too. Like he's not very good with his money.
But he'd be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not $1 million a year, based on that track record. So you got to take yourself out of golf reality and buy into the premise of the show. The show's very good. It's got some redeemable characters, and the young man that he then becomes his protege, and that's where we're at now, 3 episodes in. He's actually, you could tell, has a really good golf swing.
It's everything.
So it actually is buyable to a golf. Like I'm a golf person, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually into that part because I'm like, wow, I wish I had that kid swing.
Isn't the premise like he sees something in the kid? Like,
Yes.
wow, okay, so that golf swing has to match that.
Yeah.
This kid is hitting he was in the driving range, and you could hear just the sound of the way he's hitting it, that Owen Wilson's like ears perk up.
Yeah.
And then he goes over, talks to the kid. Kid's like, get out of here,
That
old man.
swing's got to match that, right?
You
Or at least
can't
be
have
credible.
a sports movie where one of the main characters cannot perform basic sports maneuvers.
You've seen Jerry Maguire.
Of course.
The actor Jerry O'Connell who plays Cush.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the number one pick in the draft.
Right.
Throwing a football like that.
No.
Right.
Come on. Took me right out of the movie for a hot
Right.
minute.
It's like
Same
The
stuff.
Natural, the last scene in The Natural where the kid can't play catch.
Yeah, but because of the music, you get into it.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I love the movie, but that last scene is like, oh my God, you just undid the first 2 hours.
Crazy.
And speaking of Stick and music, so the music in Stick is incredible. So
Yeah.
they have really, really good like needle drops.
Yes.
And they make, to me, I'm not a golf fan per se. It makes golf look very exciting. The way the camera whips around, it makes it like you're on the edge of your seat.
That's a feat.
I know,
make it
exactly.
exciting, yeah.
It makes it really exciting.
To make it look, golf can be exciting if you love golf, but it's not like visually going to get you to jump up and down.
And the part about the sound, which is actually true, and that made me feel good because the way I found my swing coach 11, 12 years ago, the great Jay Lim in Orange County, is I was walking the driving range, and he was teaching somebody, but he had hit a ball. And it sounded like a rocket just went off. And you didn't hear that sound on that driving range back then.
Yeah.
So I looked over and I went up to him and I go, how can you teach me how to do that? And that was the whole selling point. And now we're friends, and he's got a very J-Lim Golf and Golf Code 360 in Orange County. So that was actually true because when you walk through a driving range, you hear a lot of shots that somebody's hitting 4 feet behind them, whatever. You don't hear that pop.
Yeah.
So that was cool. It's a great – listen, it's not a high-stress show. It's not an hour of your life. It's a good show.
I've heard Ted Lasso
Ted
costs.
Lasso, right?
Very kind of – yeah,
of Ted
you
Lasso.
feel good.
Yeah.
It's Ted Lasso with a little bit less saccharine. It's
Okay.
like little
I'm
less super highly emotional, at least in this.
I enjoyed
How long
Ted
are the
Lasso.
episodes?
How long?
Yeah.
The first one's an hour, but the rest are half an hour.
No, see, I didn't even realize the first one was an
You were
hour.
almost
I
out
didn't
in an hour, weren't you?
If it was an hour per episode.
But then
Hard pass.
they released the
Yeah.
first 3 episodes in a batch to kind of get you into it, and then they're going to do weekly after that.
I'll
That's
watch
kind of the main way
And
people do it now.
the kid's mom.
Oh, the protege's mom?
Yeah.
She's a little feisty.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
Do we know the actor?
I got a mom thing. We know that.
I do not know her. I was not familiar with her work before this, but she's like a Hispanic mom and is kind of protective over him. She owns a party supply
Yeah, something like that.
store.
Like a Party City kind of
Yeah.
situation?
And then she goes on the road with Mark Maron and
Who's
Owen
Mark
Wilson.
Maron in it? I know he's in it. What's
So
his role?
he's like the money.
And he's Owen Wilson's former caddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he owns the RV that they end up going on the road with.
Are they trying to make me feel good at the end of every episode?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
With
of.
that.
Nothing. I just don't
Okay.
necessarily need to watch that on TV.
You'll
it's-
think about the mom.
Okay.
You watch
It's not
Happy
as
Days?
saccharine as
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
You'll want the mom to make you some enchiladas on a Sunday morning.
Timothy Oliphant, is that his name?
Yes.
What
Well,
is he-
that is the name of a person.
What does he play in this show?
So he has not been introduced yet. So Timothy
He's not.
Oliphant, I believe, will probably be a big bad.
That's what I thought.
Like
his face pops in.
He's
Yeah.
going to be
He
Shooter
se-
McGavin.
Yeah.
Right. He
Yeah.
seems like the guy that's
Yeah.
on tour that's talking down to him. Okay, there you go.
He's
I thought
got
so.
Shooter McGavin vibes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially the way they present him here. Yes.
I'm making sure I know
Where are
who
you
Timothy
breathing and
Oliphant is.
staring at me? I'm close. I'm got this to the mic right there.
I didn't say a word.
You're looking at me like
I
you're
didn't
about to
say
tell
a
me to get
word.
on the mic again.
Don't be scared,
Yes.
man. Why you stumbling?
What was Creed's fourth album?
Why'd you stutter, fool? That's what I used to say.
Wow. What are you looking up?
Weed, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you looking up?
I wanted to make sure I knew who Timothy Oliphant was.
Yeah,
and I-
the-
You know
I was
another
right.
breathe we need to get?
You know his
Sean,
face.
Sean Penn at the end of Colors. I made Stephanie watch
Oh,
Colors over the weekend. I don't remember why exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know why. But anyway, so we're watching Colors, and at the end where Robert Duvall gets shot,
Yeah.
and he's like, breathe. We need that breathe to add, the Sean Penn breathe from the end of Colors. Colors is a rough movie, man.
It is rough. Why'd you make her watch that? Or have her watch that? Just to experience it?
Yeah,
Okay.
We can't get
It's
into
a rough one. Don Cheadle as a gangster.
Don Cheadle?
Don
You got
Cheadle's
Damon
a
Wayans
gangster.
also as like a crazy gangster?
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Shocking that you've
I
never
don't
seen
think so.
Colors.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Colors, when Sean Penn and Robert Duvall are cops in L.A.
I remember it, but I don't think I saw it.
Oh, man.
And Don Cheadle is Rocket,
He
and
plays,
he runs the Crips.
the gangster, the gang leader. Yeah,
was
it's
that
awesome.
one of Cheadle's first roles?
Yeah,
It
I
has
think
to
it
be.
was his first
That's
role.
got to be 1988, 1987.
Yes, and played what was the name of the, I forgot what they called him in the movie.
He was Rocket.
Rocket, yes, thank you.
And he used to blow up the Bloods.
He was a Blood.
No, he was a Crip.
No, he was a Blood.
No, he was a Crip.
No, he was a Blood.
The Bloods are red. He was in blue.
He was you're right, he was blue.
I
You're
know.
right.
Come on, man.
You're right. You just saw, I haven't seen it in a while.
I know how to throw down.
You do it have to throw down. That's good. You haven't seen Colors? Everyone saw Colors.
Not everyone.
Travis.
Not everyone.
Did you see Boys in the Hood?
Yes.
Oh, he doesn't see colors.
Yeah.
He doesn't see Colors.
Yes. I like Boys in the Hood.
Yes, good movie. Okay.
Ricky!
But everybody, even if you don't like golf, you'll probably like stick, and especially if you're someone who's like, I like Ted Lasso, but sometimes it gets a little too sugary sweet, you'll probably like stick.
I'm in.
And Colors. The Colors.
I don't.
Colors
You
is
should
very
watch
different.
Colors. You should watch. You would like Colors.
Is it a
I
cop
don't know
movie?
if
Is
he-
it a gangster movie?
It's a cop
Is it
movie.
It's both.
It's a cop movie. You would like it. Sean Penn
Like
plays
The Wire.
You're propelling
Kinda.
him.
And
kind
then,
of.
And then Frog. Poor Frog.
Poor Frog.
Is Frog a character in Colors?
Yes.
Yes.
I've never seen it. How am I supposed to know?
I like how DeMarco said it's about cops. You'll like it, Travis.
You'll like
You'll
it.
fit it
Yes,
right.
there you go.
I don't want my cop vibes at the moment. That's not what I'm looking for. Travis DeMarco. The Dump is coming up next.
Hey, if you ever had to deal with chafing or dealing with it right now, me too. Back in the playing days or even on the morning walks, chafing is the real deal. It's a real problem. And look, I don't need to teach you on how or what to do to prevent it. I didn't want to know that. Just tell me what I can do about it right now. That's why I keep Highlands Chafing Relief close to me at all times. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. So if you work outdoors, if you like doing outdoorsy stuff, or if you have problems with the heat, I'm telling you, Highlands has your back and your thighs and your arms. This stuff works, and it works great, and it works fast. So look, head on down to Target and Walmart right now, pick you up some Highlands Chafing Relief, and feel the difference. Available right now, like I said, Walmart and Target.
Mason and Ireland.
A lot of people screamed at me on Twitter, which is fine. Don't use all caps. Don't use all caps when you
By the
tweet
way,
me.
the biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurants protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Coverage of the 2025 NBA Finals on ESPN LA is brought to you by Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. Play anytime, anywhere for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Head to ChumbaCasino.com and let's Chumba. Only available in permitted states. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Teams are battling for the championship, and there's no better place to get in on the intensity than ESPN Bet. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with the promo code JOEQ, that's JOEQ, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
I don't know if this is the first one, DeMarco, but it's the first one that I can remember, at least. The Rams are going to celebrate Aaron Donald on Sunday, November 23rd. It is a Sunday Night Football game against the Bucs, and the first 60,000 fans in attendance will receive an Aaron Donald bobblehead.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're going to bring him and his family back to celebrate.
Anything I can do to bring him back to SoFi, awesome. As a matter of fact, we still have your locker. Matter of fact, your helmet's in there.
Really?
And your pads.
Do you think they can make a Jim Everett bobblehead for us?
I'm sure there's a mold somewhere.
Yeah. If anyone's deserving of a bobblehead, it's him.
Can I ask, and I think I know the answer to this, that the answer is no. I think, what did he say? He's full? Is that
full.
the phrases he uses? Then why is he working out like that? Because he just murdered Jared Verse in a workout. Jared Verse is in the prime of his physical life. He's an active NFL player going into his second year, is fit, strong, all of these things. Aaron Donald broke him.
Okay, so Aaron's been releasing these videos for a while. That's what caught Jared's attention.
Yep.
So he said it once a couple of months ago. Why do I keep doing this? Because I'm addicted to it. And that actually makes sense. When you ask anybody about playing with Aaron, it's not what he does on the field. It's what he does off it. That's the wow stuff. He never stops working, and Jared got a touch of that. So good. I hope some of that rubs off on it.
Me too, but that seems to be... I mean, if it's an addiction, I guess it's an addiction. But he is working. That's not working out to stay in shape. That's not working out to look good at the beach with your shirt off. That's not working out so, you're...
I got news. That's not even heavy. He's not going heavy yet.
He's at a level of fitness that is NFL level. Is it a pipe dream that I'm thinking, hey, maybe he's going to come back and play again?
It's always a possibility. You'd leave the door open because if he decides, I want to come back and play, you say yes.
Yeah.
If he shows up Willie Mays Hayes style at training camp and says, I want to play, let him on the field, figure it out later.
But what else is he going to do all day? Like, he doesn't seem like he's golfing. He doesn't seem like a golfer.
He wanted to retire and take care of his kids.
It's not that he does it; it's the intensity in which he does it.
But there's probably no other way. It would be like,
but there is. Well, you don't have to lift that heavy, that hard. It's just
maybe it's just he wants to personally have. He's got his own goals.
Okay, but that seems.
Like he's training for something.
That looks like work being done to get ready to do something.
Now, the
it's
only
exactly
thing,
right.
I don't know, and they've said this before, and I just can't equate the two because of his personality, but they said acting could be a possibility.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
there are guys that make money looking like that, like The Rock. So I could see him going into that arena with that sort of workout. Definitely. That would be a means to an
I'm
end.
just going to assume that he's getting ready for a comeback. I'm going to live in that universe. Major League Baseball has acquired an undisclosed minority stake in John Boy Media. The agreement will grant John Boy Media access to league and team IP, merch, and sponsorship collaborations, and having a presence in some of the content on MLB platforms. Good.
Congratulations, Major League Baseball. You're only 10 years late.
Great to them because they found exactly the right guy who loves baseball, who's a great content creator, who knows baseball, is embedded in the culture. Like, baseball people know John Boy, like John Boy. This is a no-brainer.
He broke the Astros code, right?
He sure did.
And he broke another one about the first base coach. If he's standing still, fastball. If he's moving, breaking ball.
There are some guys, and he's one of them, and sometimes they're players, and sometimes they're coaches, sometimes they're somebody like John Boy who just is a baseball person, where you can just crack codes really easily. Like you just have a knack for it, and this guy's as good at it as anybody I've ever seen.
Coming up next, Major League Baseball begs ESPN to do a deal with ESPN Plus because that's where they're at. And then maybe somebody will talk about baseball 10 years from now.
That's wrong, but that's fine. This is a really good idea for them. They should do some sort of Manning cast with him. Like, if you want to watch a game where, Joe Davis and John Smoltz are calling it in a traditional sense, right?
Yeah.
They're doing a traditional broadcast, but you have an alternate broadcast
for
where
him.
It's John Boy reading people's lips, trying to crack codes, trying to see, the unwritten rule, all that kind of stuff. I would watch that.
Okay, so on the way out to Pchanga, had a couple hours, I was watching the downfall of certain people, like Dane Cook, how you start and then fall. And there was this podcaster named Bobby Altoff. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, Bobby Altoff.
She was
Were you
here.
driving?
But also,
I was listening.
Okay.
I wasn't watching.
Bobby's
Thank you.
peak was like a couple months.
She got an interview.
Comedian?
She is a influencer that started to interview mostly black celebrities, and then it kind of like
She did an interview with Drake in bed, and that's what kind of made her go kaboom.
Okay.
But
she's still kind of up there, but anyway.
Right, kind of fall off. But I just wonder, like, is too much John Boy a bad thing?
We'll find out.
Yeah. I don't think so, because I can watch his content all the time, but it's like, I hope he doesn't water
Can you
it down.
imagine him and Snoop?
Oh, my God, please.
Here's
yes.
why he's so good at it. The people inside of baseball, and I'm not talking about like Manfred and the executives, not that. Baseball people, Dave Roberts, Aaron Boone, like the guys that manage these teams, they know him, respect him, like him, listen to him, interact with him. It's not just that he's the hot thing right now. He knows baseball, which is a huge advantage.
And you can tell he loves it, yeah.
For sure. Happy birthday to Judy Garland, who would have been old had she still been with us.
Yes, but iconic role, iconic person. Did you ever watch Judy, the Renee Zellweger movie that she won an Oscar for?
No.
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it was an interesting year to win, but I love The Wizard of Oz. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
That's the only role I know. I know she was in other things, but the only thing I could tell you that Judy Garland was in was The Wizard of Oz.
Me too.
Yeah.
I know. But I thought Zellweger was pretty good.
Yeah, she was very good, but I just that year, I don't think she should have won that year. But again, whatever. It's but no, Judy Garland is an iconic.
One of the most iconic moments in TV history happened today in 2007. The Sopranos series finale, the fade to black today in 2007.
We were all doing the same thing. We're watching it. What did you guys do when the screen went black?
I thought my cable went out like everybody else.
What did you do?
I did that. I had a party that day at my apartment in Toluca Lake, and we all were like, "Oh my God, did it go out?" And then I went, "Wow, that's how he's going to end it." Because you realized quickly, okay, that's not the case. And I started getting texts. Did your cable go out? Like all that stuff, right?
All that stuff.
How long was it from when the music stopped, it went to black, before the credits came up? 10 seconds?
Maybe, something like
Felt
that.
like an hour.
Yeah, it did.
Felt like an
Enough
hour.
time to go through all of those emotions.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it. Wait a second. That's what they're
Do
doing?
you have an interpretation of the ending?
So at first, I wanted to be the guy that was like Mr. Sopranos. Like, I was such a fan of the show that I was like, "Oh, that was amazing. That was beautiful." As you get away from it, you're kind of like, yeah, that kind of sucked. As a Sopranos fan, we would have wanted to see Tony get killed or make it through. I don't know.
My interpretation of it.
I mean, we're still talking about it 9 years later.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, it was
I like
brilliant.
the further we get away from it, the more I like it. I kind of have the opposite reaction to Chris. Like, in the moment, I really did not like it, but I do now.
I don't know how you ended.
Because there are two separate instances, as if you've rewatched the show a lot, and I know you have, Chris, and I'm doing it again right now, where Tony says, I think everything just goes black.
Yeah.
Right. Like, he says it in
Right.
the where he and Bobby go to
in
the
the
cabin
boat.
in the
Yeah,
woods.
yeah.
They're telling you he got
I
shot.
heard that. I read it. It said that David Chase whacked us. He whacked the audience.
Yeah.
That was us going black. Yeah.
It's a lot of people to whack just at once.
That's right.
We heard the story before, guys.
Now Mace is here.
Yes, I am here.
DeMarco. Now, see, this is what I was
what?
afraid of, is that John was going to
John,
see me in
sorry,
here,
right,
and now he's not going to be part of it.
This isn't Supercross time.
I know.
Right? Yeah.
I
No.
So,
forgot all
DeMarco,
about this.
you have to ask him. I made the comment. They were talking about the bathroom and the waxies on the seat. And I made
Waxies on
the
the seat.
covers.
the
gasket.
paper
Oh,
seats.
And
the
I
gasket,
made the
yeah.
comment, Mace is not a waxy guy. Mace goes bare,
100%
tush to toilet.
100% tush to toilet. I don't use one of those things. I can't imagine how a piece of paper that thin can protect you from anything. It is so thin.
It's the wax.
Wait a minute. Do you use the seat covers?
He uses several.
Yes.
Several?
I don't use several. I'm
I
a
do.
single.
I use
I'm,
three.
I'm a single
You
ply.
several?
I go 3-ply.
You know, if you do, I've seen research on bathrooms, and the cleanest place in a bathroom. First of all, what do you think the dirtiest place
The
is?
handle.
No, it's actually the floor
The
around
floor.
the toilet.
Yeah, yeah.
What is
Okay.
the cleanest part of a bathroom?
The hoop.
The toilet seat
The hoop.
is the cleanest part of the bathroom.
Can't
So
do
see,
that,
you
Steve.
got to go no waxy. You go
No.
tush
yeah.
to toilet.
Go on, do it.
Nope,
Do
nope.
it.
I'd rather waste my time.
That little
Right.
thin, tiny piece of paper.
I'd rather waste my time to fool
it's
myself.
a mental thing.
It's psycho.
Wow.
Not
I'd like
psychosomatic.
it's
It's
whatever.
yeah,
I
it's
know what
that.
you're going for.
You don't hover just above.
placebo.
No,
prophylactic.
Yes.
I would actually. Never mind.
you don't
I
hover.
could see
you
Mace
really
hovering.
get down in there.
No, I just sit down.
Oh,
It's
my
comfortable.
gosh,
It's
okay.
one of the best seats around.
Oh,
So
no, it's
comfortable.
yeah, I mean, yes, but it's more
Right,
comfortable. I'm not worried about.
It's ergonomically really designed.
The reason
for
that I don't
comfort.
like DeMarco's tactic is he's like you said, like 3 or 4.
One in the back, one in the front,
Oh
and
my
one
God.
and
Okay.
one sideways.
Now it's like you're on ice. You're like sliding around.
And again, all those different pieces of wax can create a blockage. You know what I mean?
We got to tear the flaps off.
You know what's the worst?
Yeah.
The worst is
go
when you use. You're waiting for one and you sit down and it's warm. That's the worst. When you sit on a warm seat.
I don't like the
Okay,
warm.
see?
I don't like the
let's be
warm.
honest.
Yeah.
Even with the waxy, it's still warm through the paper.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, the waxy does not. It conducts heat.
Now, DeMarco, you using multiple of these, you probably aren't feeling a warm seat. But what's wrong
every
with a
now
nice
and then.
warm seat?
Nothing.
A lot.
Only
quite
if I'm
frankly.
warming it. Yes.
A lot.
We have an immune system for a reason.
Yes, we do.
We also have waxies for a reason.
Thank you.
there's-
Thank you very much.
We can use waxies too. Silver Crosstalk's coming up next.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
30 years ago, Wu-Tang Clan changed hip-hop forever. Now, it's time for the Final Chamber. Live in Los Angeles, Wu-Tang Clan, together, live on stage, the beginning of their final tour. Crypto.com Arena, June 22nd. With Run the Jewels. Get tickets now at WuTangClan.com. Wu-Tang Forever, the Final Chamber. Produced by AEG Presents.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it. Guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira-joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Hey, DeMarco Farr here. Join the club at Pchanga Resort Casino. New club members who sign up receive a $25 resort credit as well as a chance to win $100 in bonus credit. Enjoy perks like earning club dollars with every bet, invitations to exclusive promotions and events, and much, much more. Visit the club at Pchanga to sign up and start receiving benefits right away. Your perfect entertainment resort and casino combination is available at Pchanga. Voted the best Southern California casino.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Cross.
So, John, you were not in here when we were having our waxing moment. You know the waxies in the men's room? The paper seats?
Yeah, I don't use them.
You don't use them either?
No, never have.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that you were a one-off, Mace.
No, I think
I never. What I do is this is my ritual. I go in, I take toilet paper, I wipe the seat down vigorously, and then I sit on it. But I never use those things.
Okay, Mace, you're just coming in and
those things tend to be more of. In my experience has been those things tend to be more obstructive than anything.
We got to tear the flap off.
Yeah,
you got to.
Sometimes they're hard to get out too. Yeah, you got to go
and
up
down.
and down.
The instructions
Up
are written
and down.
right there
right,
on the box.
Right. Sometimes you rip them.
The only time I think about using them is at the airport, but then I just go, no, I'm going to wipe down more vigorously.
And there's the airport is a good one. The other one is, and hopefully this doesn't come up very often, but I'm sure it's come up in all of our lives at least once, is at a ball game.
Ball game is tough.
I just try and avoid number 2 at a game.
I know, but sometimes
I avoid that.
It hits. It hits.
By the way, you know what I call those things? I call them backup toilet paper. When there is no more toilet paper, those things can save the day.
Yes.
Do you always check before you sit down?
Always.
Yes, I do.
To make sure that it's there?
Yeah.
So you got to go to the paper towel rack before you go to the waxies.
Yes.
So if you look, but now if you sit down and it's too late, then that's your only option.
There you go. The only time all bets are off are on airplanes.
Do you guys both use the what you call waxies?
Yeah.
Some
waxies.
Yeah.
That's
that's
the brand name.
It's like the brand name.
That's the brand name.
There you go.
Yeah.
Surprised you don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he doesn't.
I'm surprised you both don't.
Yeah, I never have.
What
If you
percentage
told me
of
you hit it with a
Americans
flame-
do you think use them?
I would say less than 50.
I would too. I'd say less than 50%.
I'd say right around 50.
I would hope more.
Why?
I don't know, but
Yes.
it feels like something that needs to be done.
Come on.
Well, how about this? When you have people over at your house, okay?
Put out some
that's
wax.
my house.
Do you put
Yeah.
now like you're having a Super Bowl party?
I understand.
They leave. Do you put a waxy down?
No,
when you
but
go back in.
I clean the bathroom.
Yes,
yeah,
I do.
That's what I do.
Yeah, but you don't go in there and clean the bathroom.
I
You don't
wipe
bring
it down.
in
You
wipe
your
it down.
scrubbing bubbles.
Home or public?
Either. Home.
But
yeah.
wipe down your home
No,
toilet?
never.
Oh, yeah.
I don't wipe.
asking, would
Mace.
you? Yeah.
I wipe down on. I don't use those things.
Right.
But if you have your Super Bowl party, okay, that
Yeah.
you're describing, before we start to reuse everything, that thing's getting a scrub once over with the chemicals.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not what's going on in there.
Chemicals.
No.
Right. I'm saying that there's
And
a
yet
level
I've lived 60 years of life without
Yeah, but
incident.
who knows how many
Right.
things you have gotten because
Yeah.
you haven't done it.
I mean, who knows?
You never
Yeah.
know. You never know. You have not seen Stick yet?
No, but I was just saying to you guys, I downloaded. I'm flying tonight, and I downloaded the first 3 episodes.
You like it,
I
Mace?
downloaded the first 3 episodes of that, and then the next. Okay, so have you seen it? Have you seen Stick?
No. Is it good?
All right, no, but
No.
I 2 episodes into Friends and Neighbors, so
it's
I
good.
downloaded 3, 4, 5. Should I go to Friends and Neighbors first or Stick first?
Well, have you finished Studio?
I downloaded that
Okay,
too.
yeah. Studio, I think Cranston just kills it in the last couple of episodes of Studio.
That's on Apple.
That's on Apple Plus.
Yeah.
But other than that, Friends and Neighbors is excellent. And I think it's some of the
Do you
best
guys
stuff.
know about Friends and Neighbors?
That's the John Hamm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the elevator pitch for it?
No.
So this all happens in the first 10 minutes of the first episode. John Hamm is a hedge fund guy, finance guy, and he gets he sleeps with an underling, and his boss, played by Corbin Burnson from LA Law and Major League, Roger Dorn,
My contract says I don't have to do any unnecessary calisthenics.
says, I got to fire you. You violated company policy. And he's like their top earner. But what you find out later in the first episode is they just want his book. He's making too much money. The girl didn't even file a complaint.
Oh, wow.
But so then what you realize by the end of the first episode, it's 10 episodes long, John Hamm has no job. He has an ex-wife played by Amanda Peet. He is sleeping with Olivia Munn, who's one of his neighbors. And he realizes, I'm never going to get a job making me this much money. All my friends are rich. I'm going to start robbing their houses. And that's the show.
I'd watch that.
And interesting, by
Of
the
course
way.
you'd
Like,
watch that.
it
Yeah.
doesn't like
Yeah, that sounds good,
doesn't
right?
like outright rob. I'm just like, I'll take that one watch they've got.
Like
It's
something small enough where
They
you
might
won't
miss it.
notice
Yeah.
for a month.
That pair of earrings I can sell for a bunch, and she won't notice they're gone because she probably doesn't wear them. Like that's the way he robbed. It's very, very clever.
That sounds pretty
It's
cool.
a very clever show. I think it's. I think John Hamm. Mad Men is the best thing he's ever done, but this is right up there. It's a great performance for him. It's really good acting.
So we were talking about Stick. Mark Maron is in Stick.
Yes.
Mark Maron also announced that he's going to stop doing his pod.
WTF, yeah.
That was Mark Maron and Bill Simmons were kind of my introduction into a regular podcast rotation where you listen to them week to week. And what was the one that kind of pulled you into the podcast universe?
The Culture Pop podcast
Was
really
that it?
pulled me in.
That was it.
No, I honestly, it was Mark Maron.
Was it really?
That was way before everybody had one, and he had the best guests.
The one that pulled me in
names.
was Obama.
Oh,
he
Obama, yeah.
booked
Oh,
Obama,
right.
And I kind of knew it was out there, but I just didn't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Right, I would listen to the radio and whatever, and I'm like, hey, Obama's on a podcast. What podcast did Obama go on? I got to listen to this, and I listened to it. I liked Mark Maron,
Sure,
and was a listener for years.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Here's the thing that about podcasts. So if you go to the Apple Podcast Store platform or whatever that is, you would notice that 70% of podcasts have been abandoned. Not just like we're wrapping this up, but I just got tired of doing it, and so I don't do it anymore.
I was going through. I follow a ton of podcasts.
Me too.
And probably Mace, exactly what you said. Probably the bottom 10 don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like
the Woj pod, I still follow. Woj is out of the business.
My podcast is into the 500s now, and I'm telling you, it is. You crank out 2 a week. It's hard.
It's work.
It's hard. Yeah.
What was your dipping your toe in the water?
Probably Simmons.
Yeah.
Was the first one that I heard. I was saying before that when Dave Damashek was working for us, he did a podcast. That's the first time I heard the word podcast.
Yeah.
Is they said he's going to do a podcast.
When I was working for Rome, we had one of the sales guys was like, we're going to take your show and we're going to pull all the music out of it. We're going to pull all the drops that are proprietary for these things, and it's just going to be the content. We're going to put it on a podcast. We're like,
what is
in
that?
The world is a podcast? Like,
what is that?
That doesn't even make any sense.
And imagine now streaming
everywhere.
The app.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff. It's like crazy. It is. But podcasting was really the start of digital media for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it all got started.
Mace, thumb through this. I probably follow 50 of these. Just thumb through this and tell me if you listen to most of those or no.
Yep, Russillo.
Do you listen to Russillo every week?
Try to.
Yeah.
Occasionally Joe Rogan. No, I don't listen to Pablo Torre.
Pablo Torre's podcast is really interesting.
I've listened to Mind the Game. Which
With
is
LeBron
Jim.
and,
it used to be
Nash.
JJ. Now
You
it's
have
Nash.
you have all the you got like
I'm big. I'm big in politics from
Colin
both sides of the
Cowherd.
aisle.
Yeah.
I don't do the politics thing.
Do you-
Pardon
do
the
you listen-
interruption. Oh, you love Pardon the Interruption.
Yeah. Do you listen to Pod Save America?
No.
It's super liberal, but it's interesting. Those guys are smart.
I listened to it for a long time. And
That's
then
the
I
guy that
stayed
wrote
tuned.
for
That's pretty
Obama
good.
and
So
stuff like
if you
that.
really want to
It's
go,
his whole team.
If you really want to go like drive yourself crazy, listen to Pod Save America, and then listen to Megyn Kelly right after it. And they're like the
Polar opposites?
Well, they're
Yeah.
covering the same subjects from it, and you would swear that they're not.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's like two completely different things.
The Pablo Torre finds out, right? I'm very new to it. And it was because of the Bill Belichick, Jordan Hudson.
Oh, that's right.
And that's what kind of pulled. And now I've kind of gone back and listened to some other ones. And what he does is he takes a thing and does like a journalistic deep dive. And it might be something completely goofy and stupid,
right?
But he puts real chops into it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
No,
Mace,
I'll have to
this
check that out.
I know you're off of politics.
I am off of politics.
But this one podcast you would like.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of this? Hacks on Tap?
No.
It's David Axelrod, who worked in the Obama administration, and Mike Murphy, who is a political operative that has worked for both Republican and Democratic candidates. But what they have in common is they've both gotten a lot of people from both parties elected. Basically, they're campaign managers.
Yeah.
And so they say they don't necessarily take any positions, but they say, okay, here's how this is going to go down. Like this, the conservative candidate is going to say this, the liberal, and they'll tell stories. They'll say, 1985, I was in a Senate race, and we told our guy, don't talk for 3 weeks, say nothing. This other guy's going to bury himself, and that's exactly what happened.
Axelrod was one of Obama's guys too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had his own
Murphy,
podcast
Murphy
for a long
is
time.
super. I'll tell you a great Mike Murphy story. So this is like modern day. I'm watching Meet the Press years ago, and I used to watch all those Sunday morning shows. They don't anymore now that it's become kind of polarized. I'm kind of off of those shows. But I was watching this is how long ago this was. Tim Russert was hosting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, before he died. And
Bill's Mafia.
And Murphy is on his little round table. And he's wearing a tie. It is a dark navy tie that has purple and gold polka dots. It looks like a Laker tie. And I went, man, that's a great tie. And I was in a hotel somewhere. And I just Google Mike Murphy email address. And something comes up. It says, if you want to get a hold of Mike Murphy, try it. So I said, let me try it. Hey, Mike, you don't know me. My name's John Ireland. I'm one of the Laker announcers. I love the tie you were wearing. I know this is a weird request. Do you remember where you got it? Not expecting to hear back at all. 20 minutes later. John, I live in L.A. I know exactly who you are. And
No way.
This is a great Laker tie. There's a guy in New York, Japanese dude named Seigo, Seigo. Seigo has 3 stores in Manhattan. I think he may be down to 1 after the pandemic. And he goes, he's got fantastic stuff. Next time I go to New York, I walk in there, I buy 4 ties, and I still have the Murphy tie
That's great.
that
That's
I bought from in there. And I'm like, only in an electronic society can you get away with that. I 20 minutes after Meet the Press was over, he emailed me back and told me where to go.
You never know. I send that email that you're talking about. That
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to fire it off, and 9 out of 10 times nothing comes back. But
Every once in a
You
while.
can find, like, when my Facebook page got grabbed by some hacker person.
Yeah, tried to sell me shoes.
Trying to sell shoes. And so I wrote, I'm like, I always go straight to the top. So I looked up Mark Zuckerberg. I looked up Sheryl Sandberg. I looked up all the executives from Facebook, and you can find their email addresses. I went straight to the top. I emailed all of them, and you know what? They undid it within a day.
Did they really?
Yes,
Wow.
they undid it within a day.
You never know.
Go straight to the top.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Remember that.
Or non-waxy people get germs.